shirt.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Right?
That's a podcast shirt if I ever saw one. Dude, there's a nice one on, and not like it's great, anything like super, but there's a one that on Facebook, you know how they have those fucking ads. Or whatever.
Yeah.
You can see shirts and whatever now. There's one for Tatooine, and it's like it's got the two suns, and it's real. It's not like scenic like this at all, but it's just cool because it's like white and it's got like orange and kind of gold lettering. It's fucking I want it, man. It's out of my price range. Like I don't spend more than $20 on a shirt. It's like 30, like 30, 35 with shipping or whatever. Like I don't spend that much at all.
Yeah, if I
Some
spend
of those can get you on Facebook though when you're flipping through because like you said it'll be some sponsored ad and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, that is a badass fucking shirt,
dude.
How hasn't someone made that before?
I was thinking about it today, and the most I spent on a shirt.
Staring at the lights, I couldn't tell if it was aimed at us.
In recent years was on a Facebook ad, and it was that Rad Racing. Mm-hmm. I saw it, and I was like, I have to have that. And I was like, I don't give a fuck if it's $200. I'm buying that motherfucking shirt. And I ended up buying two because I bought one and fucking ruined it. Got like a hole in it or for welding or something.
You spent $400 on shirts?
You know, I bought a
He had
second
them
one
last
and then
month,
fucked that one up too.
Oh shit!
That's funny.
Gonna have to start just doubling up.
Or
just not fucking wear your shirts when you're gonna be welding
I was
and shit.
gonna say I'm bad about that. But the last one was Snowman from Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeah.
Snowman!
Yeah, I have a whole closet full of clothes to wear to work on shit, and the reason I have a whole closet is because I keep wearing the good shit and being like, fuck, I forgot to... I guess this was going in that pile now.
I've got like a whole... Because my mom drilled that into my head as a kid. Like, the shit that's got holes, you know, play clothes is for play.
Right.
Don't wear your fucking good clothes playing.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. Hello. What's up?
I guess we didn't tell him we're actually live already, huh?
No.
Fuck it, let's watch.
Oh, no, we're at the podcast right now.
This is going to make
Say hi.
great
Hold on.
footage.
Say hi.
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 Hi, Amanda.
Hi again.
Yeah, you keep... what's up with you and Kale seeing each other all the time?
He was about to say
I
hooking
was like,
up.
hooking up.
Right.
Whoa.
Mm.
Facebook exclusive.
Well, I wasn't with you today, though. What's up with that? Rendezvous at the Wally World. Strangest
Greetings,
shit
Laura.
They can watch each other.
And, yeah, they
Like
actually
Jane and Silent Bob.
called
Who's
me
going to
on-
watch
the
the...
guy
Who's going
called
to
me
watch
on
them?
the way
The
here,
fat
so
one's
it's
going to
very
watch the
dope.
skinny one?
Right?
After the podcast, I'll call you and we'll make it happen. I'll
Dang.
try, dear.
Whoa.
She's a little demanding, isn't
Right.
she? She lets Tiger out of the cage only in private. The public thinks she's nice and sweet and quiet.
Well, since we're on live, it's
You
not
just
that
got a little
funny.
piece of that right there.
Everybody
You got,
knows
you got a little piece of Amanda's rage right there.
So did all of our friends.
Thanks for sharing that with the world. Okay, bye.
As soon as you say that, she's like, I'm out.
So I didn't sign any waivers.
It's like, oh fuck! My secrets.
Oh, that's a good question.
Who is taller, Brian or Danny? I think we're pretty close to
Pretty
the same.
close.
By the way, Danny, I am here.
That is a very...
Just letting you know.
Me too. Hi.
What? Oh.
I'm checking in. So
I was
to
like,
let
what the
Danny
fuck are
know
you
I'm
talking
here.
about?
It told me to let you know I'm here. I'm letting you know I'm here. I'm checking in.
Present.
I think we're pretty close to the same damn size.
How tall are you?
5'8".
I think I'm like 5'9", 5'10".
Oh, he's trying to up you.
Typical.
But I have
Where's
heels.
He has lifts. He wears lifts.
He's got magic lifty boots.
5'7" and 3/4.
Right.
That's a very interesting question.
Yes.
Who asked that?
Laura?
Oh.
She's like, let me pick on the two short ones.
Right.
Story of my life. Hey, I'm not just short, I'm slow too.
Right.
It's true.
So we got a new taste test for today.
It's not cheap beer this time.
Oh.
It is, however,
It's not
fairly
Coors
cheap
Light.
whiskey.
Coors
And-
half?
But
Limited.
he took
Limited
it out of the
edition.
box, though, so now it's worthless.
No longer limited. It's
You
unlimited.
guys ever even seen this shit?
No.
No, I've never
I
seen that.
saw it at the liquor store a while back, and I was real curious.
It looks
Crown Royal
leathery.
Texas Mesquite. Everybody keeps saying it's going to taste like campfire. Fancy new bag for our
Whatever
equipment
shit.
collection.
Right?
Mhm.
Looks like a Patriots
All some
bag. there.
Chargers and stuff.
Well, I guess
For being
we're throwing that
Texas-
one away.
For being Texas, it's got Patriot colors on it, so I think they missed the mark there.
That's pretty. That's
Some would
kinda-
say Colts colors.
Huh?
Some might say Houston too.
No, I would say if it was,
Colts is too much. Is a
I would
much
go
brighter
with
blue.
if they would have done the
Yeah.
silver rope. It would
I
have
think-
been totally
Yeah,
Cowboys
Texans.
colors.
Texans
I think it's Cowboys silver and Texans blue because they didn't want to.
segregate or
Yeah.
make
They
a.
didn't want to cut anybody out.
You know, there's 8 people in Texas believe Texas has 2 teams.
Does it smell like a campfire?
It really does. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't smell super appeasing.
What is the name of it again?
Texas Mesquite,
Texas mesquite.
Yeah.
and it does kind of smell like a campfire.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you do get you can
You get
smell the
that
mesquite.
right away. Yeah.
We'll see how much we taste the mesquite, but you can definitely smell the mesquite.
And honestly, mesquite is not one of my favorite smells.
No,
From all those years
It might
of
be one of
getting
your favorite
drunk
tastes,
at
though.
campfires and waking up smelling like a campfire and being
Yeah.
oh
hungover.
right,
Yeah.
like that's the worst. Like the next day,
As much
when you
It's-
smell like you get a whiff of
Yeah.
your shirt, you're like, oh,
as much as I love sitting around
It smells
campfires,
less like it now.
it definitely smells like a campfire.
Are we cheersing?
Sure.
Sure. To another
I'm still too
endless
short for
adventure.
that.
Yeah,
Shamelessness.
he's too short for a fucking cheers too.
Bottoms up.
In spirit, Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
In spirit.
Y'all are just shooting it to taste test it.
Sorry, I thought we were taking
I'm
shots.
I didn't know this was a
Gently.
wine tasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we like
We're supposed to
swish
swish it around and spit it back out?
It smells.
Was I supposed to pour some
Tastes
out
like
for my
Crown,
homies?
Crown Royale with like a
Like-
bacon aftertaste.
You
Yeah, there is a bacon
yes.
aftertaste.
That- it does- it is.
That was what I
The
thought. I was
mesquite,
like,
you are getting like a
taste
bacon.
bacon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're getting a bacon aftertaste
smoother.
because of
It's
the mesquite.
smoother than regular Crown.
Yeah.
Definitely smoother.
Definitely smoother than regular Crown.
Yeah, it's got that bacon.
It does because all bacon is smoked in like hickory or mesquite, or so you always have that flavor with the bacon.
Right.
So you definitely get that.
It's gonna be like that maple crown. It's gonna be the
Now-
bottle that sits in the freezer, and everybody that comes over, you have to try this. And they
Yeah.
take a sip, and they're like, "Oh, that's pretty
Oh,
good."
cool.
Put it back.
I'll never
And
drink
then,
this again.
yeah, because there's absolutely nothing that would mix with. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Just breathing now with the taste in my mouth, I feel like I am sitting around a campfire though.
Yeah.
Like it just like when you're just sitting there, like whenever the fire, when the wind shifted and blew that shit
Yeah,
right
right.
in your face for a second, you're like, oh,
I'm not a
and
fan
you
of the
have taste in
aftertaste.
your mouth.
It lingers too long.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to taste like I'm chewing on charcoal or something.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know. You were never a smoker, but you've like relit cigarettes that you've crushed out, and
Yeah.
that initial. You know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's the aftertaste to me.
I think.
Except for I think you guys are making it sound a little bit worse than it is. I mean,
It's got that relit cigarette aftertaste.
it's got the similarities, but it's not as icky and
I mean, I would drink more, but
yeah.
like,
I don't think I would.
off the top of my
I
head,
don't think I would.
off the top of my head, it's a challenge to see like what that would mix with. Like,
Yeah.
Dr.
And that's
Pepper?
me. Like very rarely that I drink whiskey straight. It's almost
Yeah.
always
Is there
to
any
mix.
backing flavored sodas? You go
I
with that
hope.
pretty well. I
I'm
think.
I'm sure
there
is.
there are.
I mean, there's everything flavored everything
Yeah.
in this world. So
You know, like whenever the holidays come around, like they have like the Thanksgiving flavored sodas, like gravy flavor and turkey
Yeah.
flavor, and I'm sure there's a bacon flavored soda out there.
I dare somebody to take a shot of that and follow it up with one of these white jelly beans.
no, sir.
I said, oh, that is a challenge?
Yeah, because remember the white ones are the ones that could potentially taste like spoiled milk and almost
Yeah.
made us all throw up.
Yeah, that was like the worst one. I got lucky as fuck on that one too that day.
That was the worst.
Fuck that
yeah.
goddamn fucking jelly bean.
He got fucked
I
on
got
almost
fucked
all
every
of
single
them.
except for one.
And I only had one bad one.
It was
I-
fuck kale algorithm that
It
day.
was. The fucked up algorithm.
the
was
raw
in
milk
Now,
fucking
was-
follow
jelly
it with the
bean.
jelly bean or chew on the jelly bean halfway and then shoot.
Ooh, I'd say shoot while chewing. That sounds.
Yeah.
But
Get
but see,
it
here's
broken
the.
open and then.
But see, here's the problem. Do you have it in you to take that shot if that is the rotten milk flavor?
I think so.
Well, that's what he's gonna
Should we
try.
let you sit on the end in case you need to make a mad break?
Yeah, I'll be
him a
fine.
bucket.
I'll be just fine.
You got Danny over there. Turn
I'm
that
a
way.
sympathetic guy. If he goes, I'm going too. It's gonna get bad near quick.
Lucky for Danny, it's not the other way around.
We're going
Yeah.
full board. What was that? Stand by Me? Or,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. If I spew, I'll spew
Doing
in
this.
Yeah.
All right, Garth.
Oh, awesome.
All right, Garth. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
The Patriots
Little barf bag.
If we're gonna use it for that, it can be a Patriots bag.
I hope you guys enjoy, because I probably won't.
I guess you know which one you got.
It's a horrible combination.
Oh, man.
They're both horrible, fairly horrible by themselves.
Power
Yes.
through
I can't get it out. It's sticking to my teeth.
Oh, that's
Oh.
the jelly bean.
Well, they're
Oh,
not
nice.
exactly fresh anymore. How long's
Oh.
it been since we played that game?
a spoiled milk, spoiled jelly bean.
Yeah, right?
I do not suggest that to anyone.
A rotten spoiled milk jelly bean washed
Uh.
down by mesquite.
By fire
Brown
drippings.
oil.
By bacon, fire tasting.
Yummy.
I heard somebody suggest what that would be good for, and I kind of agree now that I've tasted it, is marinating meat.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're going to throw something in the smoker or something like that, big old steak.
Wouldn't the alcohol dry it out, though?
No, alcohol's good for marinating.
Yeah.
Really?
Breaks down the enzymes and stuff in the meat and makes it tender.
Okay. Yeah, then that. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of, it's like a
I mean,
$30 bottle, but
You wouldn't want to, like, well, you think it'd be as potent as, like, the liquid smoke shit? Because I know if you
oh no, I don't think you'd want to use it.
if you get
pure.
aggressive with that stuff, you can ruin a steak real
Yeah.
quick.
I remember that was always big in John's house when we were growing up, is the
Yeah.
liquid smoke.
Liquid smoke.
we didn't have money for barbecue grills, so we just liquid smoked the fuck out of everything.
It's fried and poured liquid smoke on
Yeah, exactly. It worked.
Yeah.
Not really, but we didn't care. What are you looking
it.
at?
Right.
Oh, mesquite mule.
Yep.
Oh, drink.
Ingredients.
That's a off-take of the
Moscow
Moscow Mule.
Crown,
I've got the copper cups if we want to try that.
ginger beer, and fresh lemon.
Ginger beer's gross.
Ugh.
So that and ginger beer mixed together?
That's what they're saying.
That's what makes a
May-
Moscow
may-
Mule? Is ginger beer
Mesquite
and-
mule.
Ginger beer.
Moscow
and
probably has more
Russia, I
vodka in
believe,
it.
or vodka. Yeah, not Russia, because you can't pour Russia into a glass. I mean, you might be.
might be
able
able
to,
to.
but
You could pour a rush in
Yeah.
into a glass.
Yep, it's that shit, ginger beer, and
That shit is what
fresh
it is.
lemon. I think I'd have to pass on that one too.
it sounds horrible. But like I said, I've got the cups if you
It's-
guys want to try it.
It probably tastes.
And I think I have ginger beer still, too.
probably tastes better than rotten milk. And
Yeah.
I
Mesquite.
would hope so. I would hope so.
how long has it been since we played that game? Those jelly
Oh,
beans
God.
are
It's
getting
been
up
6
there.
months, man.
Give or
It's
take.
been a while. Those jelly beans have been
And
chilling.
it's just been sitting there right up against the computer cooking,
Chilling for
baking.
I can
Yeah.
every
still
day.
taste it.
Oh, I'm.
It's like you ate like 5 or 6 pounds of bacon and then threw it up. That's kind of what's going on in my mouth right now.
like you had a bad bacon milkshake.
Yeah,
Yummy.
that was like warm.
A bad warm bacon milkshake. That's
I got some apple crown out in the truck if you want to just drink it.
Never opposed to
if you want to
drinking.
just drink it.
Instead of, the,
If it gets better with age, that should be some good shit because it's been back there for a
it's
while.
been in there.
Nice.
Well, it's been in there since the. Where did I buy that? I bought that for the county fair.
I know. I saw it in
Since
there.
March.
I saw it in there a few months ago, and I was going to steal it, and I forgot.
See?
So, because I always take all the shit out of his
He
back
was,
seat.
he was contemplating.
What's up, Kara?
Oh no, I planned on it. I just
Snag
forgot.
it. I forgot.
I was like, when I get home, I'm not putting this back. in
Dude,
the
that
truck.
stuff, Apple Crown and
That shit's awesome.
Sprite is like
That's
dangerous.
the mix.
That's dangerous.
I love it with cran apple.
Because you're like it's like you're drinking a bag of Skittles.
Yeah,
But
it's either
potent.
we always mix it with either cran apple or ginger ale.
Got a little tipsy hanging out with Animal and me, drinking that and Jaeger in the alley. One of their shows.
That and Jaeger.
Yeah. They don't really go
together or
together.
just,
No,
Crown
just,
apple and
it's
Jaeger
just the 2 bottles
mixed?
we're going around.
Oh, I got you.
Jaeger is that shit's dangerous anyway, but it's like a little syrupy.
A little bit. It's like black licorice flavored syrup.
I still remember when I lived in Jersey, everybody used to make these shots called the traffic light. It was Jaeger, Rumpelmans, and Goldschlager.
Ooh.
And it was like pancake syrup consistency. It was so
Yeah.
thick. It had a
Oh yeah,
decent
because
taste.
Goldschlager is syrupy as fuck.
It had a decent taste to it, but it was literally like taking a shot of syrup. It was
Yeah.
a little heavy for me, but
Can I have
I mean, I
my
still did it, but I didn't like it.
drink with a side of pancakes?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And that's what
Dip
the
it in there
maple
and-
crown is. Have you tried the maple crown?
Ah,
That shit, it literally tastes like pancake syrup.
oh really?
There's probably still some in my freezer because I bought it a couple of years ago to try. And
Years?
It's like
Yeah.
the Ruffles chicken and waffle. Those are maple flavored chips to me.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything
that's all
other than
they
maple.
were.
Yeah.
Maple flavored chips.
yeah, they didn't really seem to have a whole lot of chicken.
They were
What's
good,
with all
but
the cash over there?
That's none of your business. It's not really. It's like $35.
it's our podcast fund for a new live camera.
No, we've been tweaker scrapping metal today
Yeah,
Ah,
almost 3,000 pounds of metal we
there you
dumped
go.
off.
There you
and
go.
got almost $40.
Yeah.
$35.
Dude, prices are in the gutter right now.
Dude, like back when we were in high school, that was like rich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no shit. That's like 3 tanks
You're
of
like,
gas.
Fuck!
Last time I checked, it was like 10 cents
That's
a
gas
pound.
and beer for the whole weekend. Now you're like, fuck, that was a waste.
They were like, we can give you a penny a pound. You can drive to the valley and get almost 2 cents a pound for it if you want.
We're like, we're good.
No thanks.
I was like, well, at least we're getting a little bit of something instead of paying to throw it away.
Right.
So
No, you heard nothing, Kara.
And you,
Nothing.
There was
and
no talk of cash.
That wasn't what you heard.
Jeebus. But yeah, we found a new camera we want to get instead of
Yeah.
having to use the iPhone to go live. They actually make a camera that's specifically for going live streaming and shit.
It's,
And it's-
extremely wide angle, and you can set up scenes in
if
that
I won't
wide
get
angle.
cut off, I don't have to fucking
Yeah.
And we can like set up a spot on the floor
cutting
for
the corner of the table
pictures or
wouldn't be
whatever
necessary.
that we can cut to whenever we're talking about whatever might be
Wow.
down there, and could be
And
our
it's
feed. Who knows?
Totally portable too. It has a battery that lasts like 5 or 6 hours and that kind of
Nice.
shit. But that's pretty much
How
all
much
it's for
is
is
it?
live streaming. Like 300-ish, I think. Right? Something.
Yeah, right at.
That's not bad.
It's a lot more fucking metal.
It's
Yeah. Hey, we've got at least 2 more loads that are
Mini
not as heavy as this one.
many trips.
Yeah.
So if
Take
anybody
apart
has
a
any
few.
copper, I think it has to still have the plastic or insulation on it now, doesn't it? Or vice versa.
Why do I know?
I can't
I
remember.
haven't really sold a lot of
Yeah.
stolen copper to know.
Fuck, I don't know. Yeah.
That's not one of my main
Any
income
tweaker
streams
friends
for me to
out there
know.
in the aimless world,
Let
fill
us know.
in on what's the.
I know I've driven
protocol
up
for-
on fire pits when they're burning off the insulation and it smelled a little bit like that whiskey taste.
Oh wow.
So, Kel has trivia.
Yeah, we got a new trivia this week. I need a pen. You got a pen? All right.
No.
It's this one's
Red
the
and
truly.
blood.
I just pre
I will.
so just so you know.
Pre-buzzed.
This one's the
Nope,
truly.
that's not a pen, that's a marker.
That's a marker. Anything will work. I just need.
Brian had a
make some
shot, so
hash
he's
marks,
he's half trashed.
right.
One of these has to work.
Now we see why they were handing out the alcohol. They're trying to get an edge up on you.
Right.
This is truly English trivia. It's just random ass shit that's come into my mind over the last
True.
couple weeks.
What is true?
Nothing we say.
And I'll be the final judge of whether your answer is not right or not.
Are
If
there
every-
official answers?
There's
Or are these-
official answers.
Okay.
No, these are like completely his opinions. Like,
These are
what,
my
what did you guys think
What's
of
the best color?
What did you guys think?
Right?
What did you guys think of Spice World? Wrong.
Kara says the dude sitting next to you has chicken legs.
Nice. Which
Right.
one?
I know there's. I would assume she means him since she knows
Probably
me,
me.
but
Yeah, it's probably me. Truly aimless trivia, just random ass shit. If like nobody gets it right, whoever was kind of closest will get the win.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
get the point type thing.
now I'm really
so
curious
there
because what
is
the
room for interpretation.
What
Well,
kind
like,
of
say
trivia
the
has a
answers-
closest
Say the answer's
answer?
like a fucking number, and none of you guys hit it exactly. Closest to the number.
This
will
isn't
win that
numb.
point.
There are rules.
We're not gonna sit there and keep going around until someone gets the exact number.
I
This isn't
disagree.
fucking Price is Right, higher, lower bullshit. Alright,
Dollar.
so.
And I get to pick who's closest.
Alright, you guys got your buzzers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, do we want to do the slapping again, or do we want to do what Danny wanted to last time, where everyone holds them like this and just clicks?
No, it's got to be.
I'm down with normal-ish.
Alright,
No,
I was
that's
just
just
trying
fine.
to give you heads up. Alright, here we go. First question. Disneyland opened in 1955.
True.
No.
It's not
You're
true.
lying to us?
No,
You're
that is
giving us a false question.
That is true, but you didn't let me finish the
Oh.
question. Alright, Disneyland opened in 1955. How many people did Jeffrey Dahmer kill? Danny.
16.
No.
13.
No.
17.
17.
Are you fucking kidding?
I like the
What the
wording of
fuck
that
does
question.
Walt Disney World have to do with
He
that?
said it's
It was
aimless,
just shit that was
man.
in my mind. Aimless stuff to throw you off.
Fuck.
All right.
So it's that kind of game.
Yeah. So I think we can all agree that Brian's wife is hot. Seen her twice in the last couple days. What's the chemical formula for gypsum?
What the fuck?
CaSO4 for calcium sulfate.
Congratulations.
Damn.
What the fuck kind of question is that?
That is kind
That's a
of messed up.
gimme. That's a gimme because it's.
That's a I want to fuck Brian algorithm.
An oil change on a Bugatti can cost up to $21,000.
Jesus Christ.
What car company produces the Datsun?
Nissan.
Yep.
Danny is tied.
But the question was incorrect, technically.
I was gonna say
So it would
Datsun
be-
was the company.
Well,
No, they Nissan existed, and they called Datsun the American version because they didn't want it to be a Japanese car. They wanted it to be a brand spanking new name, but it was always
it
Nissan.
was always Nissan. Nissan was the parent company.
Really?
Yes.
I thought just Nissan
Nope.
acquired Datsun.
It was the exact same thing. It was a Nissan in the rest of the world, and it was a Datsun in
Datsun
America
here.
because they just wanted it to look like it was a fresh starter
Like
company.
Mad Max 2.
What is Mad
The
Max
second time I got to say that today.
It's the
It was
second one
called
of the
Road Warrior in America because the first one kind of bombed here,
Right.
but did really well globally. So everywhere but here it was Mad Max 2.
The Road
Here it
Warrior.
was just
Here
Road Warrior.
Road Warrior.
Oh.
And
because they
everybody
wanted to
loved
make it seem like
People
it was
who
a new
went to see it
series.
here didn't know it was a Mad Max sequel until they sat down in the theaters and started watching.
And they're like, wait a second, this is actually pretty good.
The first one I got it. The first one sucked.
A little bit. It was.
Hey,
It was.
It was,
still-
it was rough.
Too
it
much.
Has, it has its moments.
Too much. Cafe motorcycles and fucking grieving for your wife, and less fucking cool homemade fucking doom buggies and fucking monster trucks.
Right.
And they came back around and got it right this part
The
two.
second- Yep.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
And then it got just cool as shit from there on
The
out.
Thunderdome, man.
Fuck.
Take me back to Tina Turner.
I like
to
going beyond
Thunderdome.
Huh?
You
I like going beyond that
you like
shit.
going beyond the Thunderdome?
Yeah.
I don't know. It gets crazy out there beyond the Thunderdome.
It's like Bed Bath & Beyond. Never go to Beyond.
Right?
You know, one of the theories with the new Mad Max movies
True.
is that this isn't a question.
Oh.
It's not actually the continuation of the Mad Max character. The guy we're seeing who says his name is Max is the feral kid from Thunderdome.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you know like how he grunts
yeah.
and stuff, and Max does that for most of the movie in the new ones. It's mostly grunting and stuff and with little talking here and there. So they're saying that that's the feral kid growing up, and he took the name Max because Mad Max helped him out and shit back in the day.
And didn't really
Okay.
have his own name.
Didn't? Yeah, exactly.
Well, and they're trying to. I guess that's just an excuse of the reasoning behind.
Well, you know,
extending
fans
that
always like to,
timeline,
fans
Yeah.
always like to
Yeah.
punch it. All
Well,
right.
because there's people out there who's like, oh, this
like,
doesn't work. How does
they-
that fucking
They didn't have to call it Mad Max. It just could have been Fury Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we know that it's a continuation. It'd be like, I don't know, continuing fucking Wizard of Oz without Dorothy type of thing. Like,
Right.
it's still the same fucking locale.
Well, they
we
did
all
that,
fucking
too.
realize what's
Yeah.
going on there.
Just don't have to have Dorothy.
Just don't have to have. Yeah, exactly.
They did that too. The one with the dude from Scrubs. There's the
What?
monkey and what the fuck was his name? And James Franco. That was the dude.
Oh, that was the
Um,
prequel to the Wizard of Oz.
yeah, but there was no Dorothy. in
there was
that.
no Dorothy in that.
What? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they did.
The
with
fuck was it called?
James Franco, where he
And the dude from
played
Scrubs
the-
is his monkey.
He played the wizard. He told the origin story of the wizard. He was the guy who became the Wizard of Oz, and how he ended up in Oz, how he met the different witches.
I'm gonna
and
have to
all
watch
stuff.
that.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
Emerald City or something.
I don't
like
remember
that.
what it was called, but yeah, he was the great and powerful Oz.
That might be what it was called.
And Mila Kunis was in it.
Yeah,
This is a recent movie.
this is
Ish.
like,
I'd say
like
5-6
6
years
years
old.
ago.
Did it bomb?
No, I think it did all
That's
right.
decent.
I liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
How did I miss that, man? I love that kind of shit. I love prequels, the behind the scenes fucking. We went to Saw. Went to Saw.
Went to Saw. We went to Saw.
We
That
went
was
to
a
see
sequel.
Saw 4 or Saw 5?
The musical Wicked.
That
Nice.
is a
And
good fucking
fucking
musical.
loved that.
That's a
That-
good fucking
that's-
musical.
that's-
I mean, just the talent-wise itself it's a good
It's-
musical,
yeah.
but
That
the
and the Book of Mormon
backstory
I
and
wanna
the
see.
behind the scenes,
How
like,
the Wicked Witch wasn't.
oh shit, like
fucking
she
wicked.
wasn't fucking.
Yeah, because like
great.
what I loved about it is that like when they came onto the stage, it was like they were just leaving a scene in The Wizard of Oz.
Yes,
So
exactly.
like she'd be like the Wicked Witch would be like talking shit about what Dorothy just fucking did.
Right.
So you're seeing the behind the scenes of
Yes.
like what while
Loved
Dorothy
it.
and them are
I
doing
loved
this.
every fucking
This
second
is
of
what's
that.
happened. That was a good. ass
Loved
fucking
every
musical.
second of that.
I liked it way more than I thought I would. Too.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I was like, I'm like, yeah,
let's
it'll probably
score
be a
some-
decent
score some
time.
points here with the wife. You know,
Yeah.
you take
And
her
then
to
you end up
school, and
watching
then I'm
this
like,
shit.
is it over already?
Can we get some more?
Is this like a hero movie where there's like a little bit at the
Is
end?
there gonna be a
during the
teaser
Something after the
trailer?
credits?
A teaser, little credit stinger, little stinger.
Speaking of, those are like way too commonplace.
They
Yeah,
are. They're-
it's not
they're
really.
very
Like
simple now.
they need to fucking say if there's not going to be one, they need to be like, you can leave.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
done,
as
seriously.
The start of the
But-
credits,
Yeah,
be
there
like,
should be some little stick around or
it's
not
like
stick
credits
around.
only or
But
something.
then they'll start doing that, and then like, okay, everybody's leaving. Now we do the
Now we
stickers
do the
again
sticker,
for the
yeah.
real fans that are willing to
Fucking
stick
Because like
through
every
it.
time I go to watch a movie now, as soon as the movie's over, first thing I do is get my phone out
To
and
see if
Google
there is
movie
a-
after credits.
Yeah.
And there's tons of sites that'll tell you without spoiling it, yes or no, if there's
Okay.
an after
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
Oh,
And
then-
so I do that almost every freaking movie now because you never know.
Used to, you could usually tell like if the lights came on, you could leave because they'd leave the lights off if there was going to be something cool.
And now
But
they
now,
just
like
turn
if you go to the
lights on.
movie
Now they don't
theater in the middle of the fucking week when nobody's watching it, those lights may never come on.
Right?
Right.
You're like,
Yeah, because they don't got to come in and
you're
clean.
beyond
There's like,
the credits.
there's like 3 people.
You're
in
into
there,
the
like, we ain't
next
gotta clean
dancing
that shit.
popcorn, and you're like, fuck, there's got to be something. The lights
Is
never
it
came
coming
on.
after this trivia?
All right, so next question.
Speaking of trivia,
Speaking of trivia, Beyonce said put a ring on it. What are the 4 C's to picking out a diamond? That was John.
Cut, clarity, color, and carrot.
Correct.
And cotton.
And
Oh, no, that was
cotton.
Arizona.
citrus.
All right. New York is known as the Empire State. When was Napa Auto Parts founded?
Oh fuck. 1950.
No. John.
1942.
No.
1958.
No. What'd you say?
50.
42.
John's closest. 1925.
25. A little
Goodness.
bit older than I thought it was.
So they started an auto parts store like 8 minutes after the car was.
Yeah.
An association.
Associate.
Because wasn't the first car around like 08-ish?
It was like,
I think 1895 or something.
Actually,
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
it was
like-
a ways back.
they were like
Mass produced.
Well, no,
in
I mean, like,
bicycles with motors.
Yeah, no, I mean
19
like the first, because I know the
1901,
Model T
1902, I
came
think,
out
was-
in like
Yeah, but-
13.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, before they ever got to combustion, they did a lot of steam
Yeah.
powered automobiles.
But how do you run an auto parts store when every single car is one off?
Who knows?
very low overhead.
Right?
Buy 15 of them damn
We have a
starters.
machine shop. What do
Yeah.
you need? Oh, we don't have that on the shelf, but I can get you one.
Yeah.
Right?
They literally have no parts. They just
They
have a
have no
stack
parts.
of metal and some
Yeah, and
machinery.
and the
It's
machinery.
literally
machinist
John.
over in the corner.
John's standing there in his shirt. I'd be like,
And a blacksmith behind me.
there's nothing here. What do you need? Oh,
yeah.
we can make that.
Yeah, come back in.
I got a
3
truck.
weeks.
I got a truck running to Phoenix. It
Can
can be
you-
back
yeah.
by 10 o'clock.
Can you give me dimensions?
Imagine them open up the catalog. It's for what year? Yeah, that doesn't
Okay.
exist.
This year? Oh, yesterday. It was made yesterday.
Yeah, Ford hasn't given the aftermarket the information yet, and you might have to go to the dealer.
All right. Let's see. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. According to Monty Python, what is Lancelot's favorite color?
Purple.
Blue.
Correct.
Damn it.
From Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That was pure luck.
I just assumed it would be something odd.
Citrus, cotton, copper, cattle, climate.
Nice.
That makes a good diamond.
I think they're
Diamond in the desert.
Yep.
If you Google it now, though, I'm pretty sure they're up to 7. I think they've
Probably.
added a couple.
Probably citrus and cotton, and
No, that's the original 5. I think.
there's only 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Even
5.
though we don't, it's no
She added
longer.
one.
We're no longer a citrus capital.
No, it was 5 to
we're
begin
not.
with, and then they went up to C. I'm pretty
Cut,
sure.
color, clarity, carrot. There's only the 4.
There's
We're
only
talking about
4
Arizona,
of them.
though.
Oh,
Arizona, there's 5.
That's
okay.
Arizona.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the 5
C's.
C's of Arizona.
5 C's.
Okay. I thought you
Someone
were
paid
still on the
attention in
diamond.
school. Tara.
It was science projects.
Okay.
But
let's
they
see.
literally made it to 7 now. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
Crackheads.
Yeah.
Crackheads.
Coke and cock or something. I don't know.
Something. None of us are sure how many kids Danny has, but on the show Seinfeld, how many girlfriends did Seinfeld have throughout the show?
17.
No.
Danny.
20.
No.
8.
No. Danny's closest. 73.
Holy
What
shit!
the
73
shit?
different girlfriends throughout the running of the Seinfeld.
Well, I guess it didn't.
I
it went
said
up.
70.
When it
No,
says
you didn't. You did not say 70. You
when
said
it says
17.
girlfriends, does
I
it
said
mean
like
like
hookup-
every time he went
like
on a
hookup?
date?
70.
That's how many they officially say how many different
70,
girlfriends he had throughout the
They're
running
great
of the show.
and they're spectacular. Or no, they're real and they're spectacular.
Spectacular. All right. We just found out Napa was founded in 1925. What year was Coolidge founded? Danny.
14.
No.
1912.
No.
No,
That was
it was
Arizona.
like 1940s,
Yeah.
50s.
No. What were yours?
14. But I think it was
Your closest.
it was
1920.
17.
1925. Same
no
year as
shit?
Napa.
Fuck, I was thinking it was.
Wow.
Damn it! I just reading it on the sign the other day too.
I thought that, but then I was like, I was thinking it was when Calvin Coolidge was president. Wasn't it? Was he president that long ago? And
No, I thought it was.
I thought he was president like in the 40s or something.
No, I thought it was named after. I thought it was way after because he opened the dam before the city became something, didn't it?
Something.
Which I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I have the
I
book.
thought the town was named after Calvin Coolidge.
I believe so.
But wasn't he president like in the 40s?
I don't know.
Here, study
Google.
it up and get back.
All right. I'm not a fan of cats. What insurance company's mascot is a duck?
Aflac.
Don's
actually
in the
not-
lead.
That's like
It's
Supplemental?
supplementary income rather than insurance, but that's semantics.
I was gonna say.
I don't think
Geico,
it's
by the
considered
way.
income.
It is.
You're not supposed to call it that.
No, it's gives you when you can't make income, they supplement your income with income.
Income. Income.
You don't do it for a
I'm not
job,
si-
but
I'm not sure the size of a
can.
flat Earth, but what is the circumference of a round Earth?
All the way.
No.
65,000 miles.
No.
66,000 miles.
65,001.
I love that when he answers, he does
No.
this.
Oh no, Danny. Do you want to make a real number to answer?
No.
What was yours?
65,000.
And you were in one. It's under. It's 24,901.
Damn it! I was gonna guess 23.5.
I totally thought it was in the 60s.
Yeah,
Nope.
Maybe I'm thinking like our
that's when they
human-
measured it.
if our veins are stretched or something. it's-
Probably.
Your intestines.
Your intestines stretched out. All right. Ready?
That's what the tacos are gonna do.
No, you're wrong. Oh wait, who?
that was
You
me.
were Brian. All right.
You were Brian.
Okay,
he said.
you were Brian.
I
All
think
right,
he
here we
still
go.
is.
It's
Reel it
John
in,
with
reel-
4,
John,
Brian with
this
3,
is
Danny
John.
with 2.
This is me. This
Catching
is me.
up.
This is me.
All
this
right.
is me.
Here we go.
Oh,
shit!
that was a big
That was a
one.
big one.
That's what she said.
No more fireplace whiskey for you.
Okay. What color hat is Brian wearing?
Green.
He only said that because his buzzer's green.
Yeah,
He wasn't. No, it's not because he's
Fucking
looking right at
guessing
you at
over
all.
Brian's like,
That's what I was hoping he'd fucking do. Be like, shit, what is it?
Honestly, I just gotta look at my shirt.
yeah.
Right.
It's Tuesday. That's
All right. He's not my god of thunder. In Greece, he's known as Zeus. What is his name in Roman?
Something Cleese.
No.
Hercules, no. Not Hercules,
No, it's not Hercules.
when you said Greece, I was thinking about like John Travolta and shit.
Right?
So I was,
Really?
He's all into Saturday Night Fever over here.
He's like,
You guys got a guess?
nope.
No, John?
I can't remember.
Nope, nobody. Alright, it was Jupiter.
I was closest.
Jupiter.
It was Jupiter. In Roman, it was all the planets.
Yeah, Mars and Mercury.
That's where we got the name for the planets are from the Roman versions of the gods. What type of fruit is a banana?
Plantain.
No.
Banana.
No.
It has its seeds on the inside, so I'm gonna say it's a fruit.
He said, "What kind of
So
fruit?"
what kind
Oh.
of fruit?
The kind that
The
grows
seeds on the
upwards.
insides is where you should be going, though. It's actually considered a berry because of the seeds on the inside of it. Like, same classification as a strawberry,
Strawberries have its seeds on the outside, though.
but it's because of the seeds. There's seeds inside a strawberry.
It's like raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, all on the outside.
So that's a nobody there. We're still... Oh, we're tied, though. Brian and Danny at 3, John at 4. Close one. Birds are cool. Robert Huffman is known by what ring name?
Coco, beware.
No.
Bruce Willis. I got nothing.
Any guess, John?
Bob Backlund.
No. Booker T,
Oh, wow.
who I heard might be coming back to wrestling.
Nice. What about Stevie Ray, man? Nobody cares about him?
Nobody cares about
They're still
Yeah.
wrestling?
Well, he said bird, and I'm thinking that's
Yeah.
why I said Coco.
And
Beware.
ignore the first half of every question.
Yep.
Well, sometimes they tie together.
Mostly, that's just to get your mind going in some weird ass direction
Well, it's like,
that has nothing to do
He
with the
asks
fucking
what kind of
question.
fruit is a banana, and I said banana, and John said fruit.
So,
So even when I
technically
do one
we're
with
right.
no pre-thing, you still go all over the place. What is my favorite dinosaur?
Stegosaurus.
No.
Lickalotopus.
No.
T-Rex.
No. Everybody's wrong. Velociraptor.
I'm closest, totally.
Somebody watch Jurassic Park.
No, actually, I was watching Step Brothers.
Okay.
Favorite dinosaur? Velociraptor.
Ah.
If you want to be their lover, you gotta get with their friends.
Spice Girls.
Correct.
I thought it was going to be
back
the little
in there.
prequel thing.
You see, you never know. What well-known musician did the soundtrack for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on the Sega Genesis?
I have no idea.
Okay, anybody else? You
Phil
don't-
Collins.
There you no. At least you threw a guess out there.
Elfman.
No,
I don't know.
Michael Jackson.
Really?
What?
Yes. Nobody
Holy shit.
really knows this, but if you take a bunch of his songs like Black and White and the Moscow one and stuff, and you speed them up, they match right with the Sonic songs, the beats
wow.
and everything do. What happened is this game was about to come out, and then all the Michael Jackson molestation shit hit. So they buried, because that was going to be one of their big selling points. Michael Jackson did the music for this game.
Gotcha.
And then all of a sudden all the child molestation shit came out, and they're like, no, he didn't do the music. They didn't mention
For
shit
a
about
kid's
who did the
game,
music.
yeah.
For,
They went all Punch Out.
Yeah, exactly. So that was going to be their huge marketing campaign. Michael Jackson did the score for
They
this
probably
video game.
pay that motherfucker big
Oh
money.
yeah,
too.
and then that shit happened.
Psych.
All right, so we're at 3, 3, and 5 still for John. We're down to the last two.
Uh-oh.
All right. Did you order the code red?
I did not.
No.
True. That's totally true.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Officer and a Gentleman?
No.
Oh, that's fucking
Oh.
the Jack Nicholas and Tom Cruise.
Damn it. What's the name of it?
I knew that. I just don't remember the name of the fucking movie. Leave me alone.
Officer and a Gentleman. The fuck?
That was
The
Richard
fuck?
Gere.
It's a
Top
military
Gun?
movie. Better than nothing. I don't know.
Why the fuck can I not remember the name of the movie?
Tropical Paradise? Or Tropical Thunder?
Tropical Paradise.
Tropical Thunder. With Hulk Hogan.
Someone with Jack Black in them.
Oh yeah. What was the TV show with Hulk Hogan? They did the little movie first, where they drove the super fast boat.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what that is.
You don't remember this freaking TV show with Hulk Hogan where they drove the boat?
I want to say it was
Like, you
Tropical
know, like-
Thunder. Yeah.
I want to say it was
yeah.
Tropical Thunder. It was like that.
What was that line in Tropical Thunder? The black dude. He's like,
What do you mean,
I'm
you
playing a
people?"
black man that's playing a white man that's playing another. However that line went. That
Yeah.
shit
I'm
was
the
so funny.
dude playing
And
dude.
dude,
I knew my other dude.
dude. Oh man, Robert Downey Jr. kills me in that one. You know who? That movie's so good. I watch it all the time because it just cracks me up. But freaking Tom Cruise is part of that movie.
Oh my god.
Kills me
Right?
as the
Right?
fucking
As the
executive
agent?
agent,
Especially.
guy. Kills me every fucking time. It's Leo
Dude,
Grossman.
that was
man.
all fucking
Like-
off the hip. Like,
Oh
none
my
of that was
God.
scripted. It was all just fucking
Like
just
that
riffing.
fucking character was so fucking Perfect.
All right, so what's the name of the stupid damn movie that none of us can remember?
It's,
You can't handle the truth.
It's
I think time should have expired.
How the fuck do none of us know that?
I know.
fuck.
I was actually looking for the next line after Tom Cruise asked him that, but
You
I'll
can't
even take
handle
the
the
name
truth.
of the movie.
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
No, that was before.
Okay.
That was the start of the speech, and then Jack Nicholson gives this big speech about how he protects America and you live under the blanket, blah 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 blah. And then Tom
It's
Cruise is
men
like,
like
"Did you order the
me."
code red?" And then Jack Nicholson's next line.
Hell yeah, I did, motherfucker.
That's close.
Okay.
But nothing there. But a few good men.
There
Is the name of the movie.
But at least I picked a military movie of the same era.
All right, so last question. John's gonna win this with 5 to Brian and
Full Metal
Danny's.
Jacket.
False.
At least that's a similar era.
So we can say winner takes all.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
This is worth
This is worth
3 points.
5.
3 points. No, 2 points. 2 points will beat you. No, for that tie. Yeah, you can't. They can't. All right. So there were 3 blockbusters. 2 closed in Alaska. Now there's only 1. What is the actual name of the movie with Bruce Willis and that one blonde chick?
Fuck, I lost it. I'm not going to sit here and think about it too long.
To at least beat Danny and not tie here.
He couldn't even remember it when he came up with that stupid
I know,
line.
but I figured by now.
Actually, I'm going to throw out, since he's still thinking, and it's going to be wrong anyway, I'm going to throw out Moonlighting, because it was with the blonde chick, but it just happened to be on TV. And that's my final answer.
What about the one with the
It's so
fish?
hard about this shit.
Called Wanda.
No, not that one.
I want to say Avatar, but I know that's not it.
No,
No,
even,
it's
no.
not fucking
But it's like
That's
that
the one with the blue people.
It was them living in a fantasy world.
Oh, Fifth Element.
She was redhead.
Oh, yeah, huh?
At least in that.
No, but
She had
not
blonde roots
naturally.
going on or something.
No idea.
Surrogates.
Surrogates. See,
Surrogates
Avatar is
what?
similar.
Surrogates.
I was. You got to give me that for being close.
Avatar's not fucking close at all.
It's the same principle of.
The dragon
Fine,
things
I'll
they
give
rode
you
were
that,
kind
and
of
I'll give
surrogates.
Danny Fifth Element because they're about the same fucking close. So you guys tied at 4.
No.
So that was the totally aimless adventure of trivia there, all over the fucking place. And
A
we
little
have
bit.
Brian with 3, Danny with 3, and John with the 5 for the win.
That's
I told you it's just random ass shit that fucking came into my mind over the last few
Using
weeks.
that Napa know-how.
That was
stupid
fun.
game.
Hey, you didn't take last place this time though.
It's a
That's
good thing
true.
you kept
I
going with
tied
the
for
Spice Girls
last.
thing, though, because I was going to finish the line.
That would
And
be
I'm like,
fine.
oh,
Oh,
that's Spice
yeah.
Girls.
Yeah, because then I would have been like, no. And you'd be like, what?
That is how it goes.
If we weren't too lazy to get it, you'd get the crown.
Yeah, it's up there. It's mine.
Dun, 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 dun. It's John's now.
Just imagine that on my dome.
Imagine
If
it
I
just
would have
happened.
known there was a
You
crown,
would've
I
been
would
wearing
have
this shit the whole
absolutely
fucking
fucking
time.
worn that.
You'd have been wearing it the whole fucking time. That's
That's
the
that's
not
bullshit.
new.
That's
He's so
bullshit.
mad.
We've had that for about 2 years.
I would have been wearing that literally up until the moment he said I lost.
It's not new. It's existed since there was trivia. We just got lazy and quit getting it off the wall.
Brian's like, that shit's coming down next time, goddammit.
Absolutely.
It's
I'm
so
gonna
bad.
wear it
I
next
would
Now
time.
he'll never win again.
Never.
Yeah, like over the last couple weeks, I'd be sitting around and something just pops in my head, or I'm looking something up in Google, then I would just like type it in my
that's
notes on my
interesting.
phone real quick. Like, oh, that's an interesting fact.
That's pretty
I'm
cool.
just gonna throw that in. And just
I kind
came
of
up
like
with
the
some
whole
weird
not
shit.
having a theme.
Not having a theme.
That theme was pretty good.
It was a pretty good theme of not themes.
I don't really understand
I'm
that.
proud
either.
that I was
either.
able to pull the
The gypsum out your ass?
gypsum fucking.
Yeah.
Well, we damn sure
I
weren't
was
gonna.
like, all right, this one's straight up for Brian, and if he doesn't get it, it's
Loaded.
gonna be epic.
I would have just said about 5 letters and maybe a number in there.
I'm like, it's gonna be epic if he doesn't get it.
Loaded fucking question and you still lose.
I was like,
Stack the
come on,
damn
Brian.
deck.
Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian.
Well, I love that Danny gets the point off of what color's Brian's hat.
Yeah.
That shit was totally stacked for him to win and he fucked it up, so I don't feel so bad anymore.
There's some Napa questions in for John.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't care about it. Ask me what NAPA stands for.
What does it stand for?
National Auto Parts Association.
It was an association.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a company in the beginning.
Was it like a co-op kind of thing to begin with? No, got y'all
Yeah,
fucked up.
pretty much. It was just a big buyers group. They decided, you know what? Let's all go in together, and they got lower prices, and we're able to do warranties better and stuff like that. And to a certain extent, it still is.
Warranties on those one-off parts.
In 1925, there was so many auto parts stores they needed an association.
Like,
Yeah.
we need to buy cheaper parts, damn it!
Somebody
These
said, you know,
blacksmiths are
That's
killing
what I'm
us!
saying. Think about how expensive parts had to be back then because they weren't mass produced. They
Right.
weren't
That guy wants
interchangeable.
$2 for a
You
wheel!
were having to make like
we can't
specifically.
we can't
to
replace
fit
that
fucking thing. Like,
bearing, but we'll sell you this whole new axle we made.
Exactly.
A lot of
bolt right up.
A lot of the parts were probably used because like it was like 25% of the cars were
Crashed.
were
Yeah.
fatal accidents because nobody knew how to drive yet.
Just clean the blood off this and it'll
Yeah.
work fine for you.
Only driven once.
Pick apart.
Only driven one. It only had one driver.
One owner. Single owner
This
car.
part only had one owner and it's
Low
brand
miles,
new.
low miles.
What's Kelly Blue Book?
How far was it driven? All the way to the crash.
Right?
How
About
convenient.
3 miles.
Because that's where the ambulance is going to meet us.
A long
It
time,
was a
ago,
long time ago.
they had better shit than us now.
Right.
So if they're now and are now, you know, like
It's a lie.
how much better is their shit now than our shit?
It would have been a lot better if it wasn't for the fucking rebels. Ruining shit.
The
Fucking
6
ISIS.
plus 4.
They got cool fucking ships to like you can't fucking beat that.
I still want to see.
Like if there's ever, I will say this. If there's ever a Star Wars movie that doesn't have that fucking sound in
Yeah.
it, I will be disappointed.
sound of like
I don't
the
give a
TIE
fuck what
fighter.
happens. They
TIE
have
fighter
to
flying
throw
by.
that
Scream.
fucking.
Well, what happens if they go back to the past to when before TIE fighters were invented?
They
can't
have to
that
have
sound.
the OG TIE fighter
But-
in that fucking.
But what if they go back so far that TIE fighters haven't
There's a
even been
prototype.
made yet?
There's still a prototype.
You know what You know what makes that sound? What they in real life? What they used?
I'm not sure.
A combination of two sounds. First one is the yell of an elephant played in reverse,
Okay.
and the sound of tires on a wet road.
Okay.
Those laid on top of each other. That's what makes the TIE Fighter sound.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
Like who would think the fucking? It's okay. I like this. I like that. But let's play
Let's
this one
reverse
backwards
that one.
and match them up
Wait. You mean like together?
together.
Nah, that's blasphemy, man.
I still think it would be cool if they
Make it
made.
happen.
The one I want to see
Like
is
when
the.
someone's trying to do a Chewbacca impression. It's just all kinds of
Is
bad.
that not like the best fucking sounds in fucking?
It is a
Yeah.
great sound.
Like, you don't even have to. I mean, if
One of the-
you only heard that sound, you
One
would
of
know
the
what movie
recent
you're watching.
movies, like the trailer started out with that sound before anything else was on the screen. It was just that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Black-
goosebumps.
And like you instantly knew what
I'm
it
like,
was.
oh,
It hit you, and
fuck
you're like,
yes.
"That's a fucking TIE fighter."
Oh,
and you just hear that,
fuck
you know. Go ahead, give us the sound.
No.
Flying by. Oh, he's all shy now.
I still want to see the movie of the Millennium Falcon. I think it would be cool if they
Oh,
did a
just the
whole
story?
story beginning to end with that
Right.
thing, just telling its history.
All the owners that it's gone through over the years and
All the
shit.
thefts. I think that would
Crazy
make a
shit
cool
that's gone
show.
down.
I think that would make a cool show.
The sound of a TIE fighter, that's comparable to like seeing brazzers in the corner of your screen.
Right?
And
You're like,
knowing what the
this-
fuck you're watching.
This is quality.
it's a precursor, like, this is what's up.
That's hilarious.
It's not gonna be some out of focus
Yeah, this is the good
half
shit.
shot. This is the good
This
shit.
is the good shit. This is the fucking A-list.
This is quality.
Ah,
Oh my god.
Look
Brand
forward to-
recognition.
December.
Brand recognition.
December.
December.
Yeah.
December's
This
when the next,
December.
December, yeah. That's when the next one comes out.
December is going to be a busy movie month.
What else we got?
The ones we were just talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, all the
the
trailers.
chick
that
with the
we're
big
just
ass
talking about.
eyes. What the hell's the name of that movie?
Aliki?
Yeah.
Damn it! What is that called?
I was just looking at it earlier too. Her eyes creep me out.
I like the
Hello.
eyes.
You like the eyes?
Yeah.
You would.
Hey, good. What's up?
I just love that he takes calls. in the
Now he's
middle
just
of
like,
this.
whatever.
Yeah. I like how that was a semi-subtle way of making it obviously anime.
Right.
Yeah.
It's supposed
Alita.
to be a
Battle
live action
Angel.
anime.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, too, in December.
Brian doesn't like movies anyway
Yeah,
if they don't have Bruce Willis in them.
Or blonde chicks. If it doesn't say Brazers in the corner,
I don't want to have anything
I
to
don't
do with
want to have
that.
any. I know it's not quality.
The fuck was the other one that's coming out in December? We were just talking about. Glass is a December movie,
Glass.
right?
Oh,
Is
yes.
I'm not sure if it's in December, but I know it's this year, I believe. But that was the way they snuck that in.
Yeah.
You know,
M. Night
like
Shyamalan is always thinking. He's like a Dreamcast.
Can't you say that about like anybody? Aren't you
No.
always thinking? No?
God, no.
No?
Man, you
You
give me a
have
couple
moments?
of drinks and I'm just sitting on the couch zoning out.
I do my best to not.
Not think? Okay.
He's pretty good at it, too.
But,
January. Glass is January.
January, but that's still
Yeah.
In
A
the realm
month
of
later.
December-ish.
a month later. I mean, it's still considered. It's still in the holiday movie window ish.
And that one does, however, have a blonde girl and Bruce Willis.
And
Oh.
Bruce Willis.
So maybe Brian might be interested.
Aquaman. Also.
Yeah, Aquaman. That's another one coming out.
I was
just talking about
trying to right the ship.
So what do you
one
think
he
about
needs
Aquaman?
to be here because, like Brian was just talking about how he loves like the origins and backstories and deleted scenes and blonde chicks, but
We can save Aquaman for when he comes back then.
what
What else? And then
The new
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Yeah.
Next summer?
Godzilla.
Oh my God, that looks. It's finally a good-looking Godzilla movie.
The last one they did wasn't bad. This
No, I
sequel
enjoyed
was
the
good.
last
I thought the last one. I mean, obviously, the '98 Matthew Broderick one was fucking. That was some bad.
Yeah,
that was just all around bad movie. Like
Yeah.
it was. That was just not a good Godzilla movie.
And I'm
So
back.
he's back. So I mean, that's a series they definitely on track. What I like is that they're bringing the other monsters back into it because that's my
Yeah.
favorite shit. When I watched Godzilla,
That's-
it was Godzilla versus Mothra. Godzilla
That's actually
versus
something I was
no,
not necessarily happy
everybody else.
about because when Kong came out and then we saw the teasers of hey, look at all these other monsters that they're going to bring back. I thought they were going to start with Godzilla being just Godzilla, wrecking the city, and then turn into the good guy to
Basically,
fight
a
Mothra and
remake
Rodan and
minus
everything
the
later on.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah, I didn't
soundtrack.
expect them to throw all those extra ones in
Yeah.
right away.
And they also made it seem like when Godzilla shows up or Mothra shows up, they're going to go get Kong off the island and have him come fight him for him. Was kind of the impression that Kong gave you.
Yeah, right. Like he
So-
was the
He was
good
gonna be the
guy, going
protector.
to save us,
Mhm.
and so that's not going to happen.
We don't know for sure, but in the
It might be
Godzilla
a couple
trailer,
movies away.
in the Godzilla trailer, it kind of makes it seem like all the other monsters are going to pop into the Godzilla movie.
Oh,
At least a
Just
couple.
like
of
how-
them.
And they're going to be
Back
good
in the
guys
day.
by
Like
good guys
this-
by being bad guys.
like the it's hard to call it a generic knockoff with The Rock in it, but that Rampage movie,
Yeah.
it's like how did this fucking? Why is this a knockoff
That was a
fucking
good ass.
movie?
That was a
It's
good
not.
ass
It's not a
based on a
video,
video
game.
game.
That was a good ass video game. You don't remember the video game Rampage?
Punching
Yeah,
through the
but
windows,
When you
grabbing
had
people and eating them.
Yeah, eat the people. And
But if they had
sometimes you'd
dynamite,
actually
you'd
grab the
bolt,
dynamite
and then
you'd
you
be like,
burp a smoke.
and you have to
Yeah.
like hit punch, and you like jump off the building. You punch up to try to hit the helicopter.
As a matter of fact, the first time they show the evil brother and sister or whoever the fuck they are in the office, there's a Rampage game sitting in the background.
Oh, really?
The
Easter
arcade game.
egg.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I loved. Oh, Rampage was my favorite. When I was at the arcade and I saw a Rampage machine, I was down.
I thought
man.
that was a good movie. I
thought
really
it was
enjoyed
fun.
it.
I haven't watched it yet.
Did you ever play King of the Monsters, where it was a roped off and you're fighting in the city?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It was like a like fighting game. Yeah. It was like a boxing
That's
monster
fun.
game. That was a fun one.
Yeah, Rampage. I just watched it like a week or so ago finally because it made it to Redbox.
Yeah, it's at Redbox, and I was planning on watching it too. I just haven't.
Sort of
picked
like
it up yet.
Blockbuster, but it's more like a vending machine.
And there's more of them than just one left in the country.
Gotcha.
The Rock is awesome in there. It's and I'm not giving anything
That's-
away for you not to see it, but
Almost
it's
goes
from
without
the
saying.
commercials. But there's a scene where he's choking a dude out, and he's it's a big arm, man. Just don't fight it. That shit cracks me up.
What was it I just saw that I saw was on Stars now? Oh, Jumanji. Did you guys see? You guys saw
Oh,
the
the
Jumanji?
new
That's already on
Oh,
Stars.
Yeah, it's on
Wow.
Stars now.
That's
yeah.
hilarious. Yeah,
That
I
was
saw
really, really
The-
good.
It was
Jumanji.
a lot better than I was
Did you thought,
expecting. I'm like, man, they're rehashing this old shit. They're fucking running out of fucking ideas, and this is gonna suck.
But they
It
like
was
made it
fucking
fresh though.
funny,
with the way
man.
they
Yeah,
did the whole
totally
video game
different.
angle and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Like I liked how in the beginning, like it was a board game. The kid's like, "Who fucking plays board games?" So it turned itself
Into
into a
the
fucking
video
video
game.
game.
Yep.
Right.
I was like, "All right," but that one again, The Rock though, man, he was killing it in that one, man. They were just playing that character of, like, he's playing, like, this weakling, you know, little nerdy.
Oh, and that's another
high
movie
school
that's
dude.
Did a great
coming
job.
out, like, this week. The Rock's
Skyscraper?
Yeah, the one that's kind of like Towering Inferno.
Yeah, because I think that comes out this week, right?
Meets
This
Die
Friday?
Hard,
Right.
meets fucking Earthquake,
True Lies.
meets True Lies, meets The Rock.
The Rock.
So yeah. Yeah,
Speaking
I saw
of True
that.
Lies, The Rock is totally this generation's Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know, when I first saw him in the first like real action movie, not like this fucking Scorpion King bullshit, but what was it? The Rundown.
The Rundown.
Rundown.
When I saw him in the Rundown and him whooping ass, I'm like, yeah, he's
And
finally
Walking
To a
gonna be
lesser
tall.
extent,
I like
Walking
he's
Tall.
finally gonna be an action star, and then Walking Tall came out next, and I was like, yeah, I'm like, look, he's like, you know, he's hitting those roles. That's like playing the Stallone and the Schwarzenegger roles in
Yeah.
the '80s, early '90s.
And it's probably going to be just like that. He's going to have, even if it's a shitty, like almost B-list movie, as long as he's in it, it's going to
It's gonna be
succeed.
watchable.
And he's
Like
probably going to...
Skyscraper?
Which I heard
Yeah.
Skyscraper
Yeah.
might end up being his
And he's going
one.
to end up being the fucking, like, you know, he's going to be making these movies until he's 75
Yeah.
fucking
I'm
Like
years
I
waiting
heard
for
out
him.
of these, like,
I'm waiting for him to be the bad guy.
yeah, that'd be a twist.
He kind of was at the beginning of the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, a little bit.
He was a cop, though. How can a
And
cop
he
be
was
the bad guy?
He was the bad guy in
Because
that.
he wanted to shut down the racing.
That I hate to even fucking mention this movie because it was such trash, but they made the movie based off the Doom video game. Doom. He was kind of the bad guy in that, or he became by the end.
I
of the
didn't
movie
even
the
watch
bad
it,
guy.
'cause-
It was,
What?
It was fucking horrible. They made a movie based off of the video game Doom. Remember Doom on the PC when you were
He's like,
First
no.
person shooter, really blocky.
first time with first person shooter walking around with like the shotguns and blasting demons apart and shit. You remember
Arcade
that?
style.
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it?
Never played.
Remember that was the shit like in class when you finished your fucking work, you'd go get on the computer and play Doom.
I was always Oregon Trail or Monopoly.
Oregon
But,
Trail.
Oregon Trail.
I'm surprised they haven't made a movie that.
Give it a minute.
They have. It's called Westerns.
A good point.
Oklahoma.
There's quite a few. There's quite a few. It's called Wagons East.
Yeah.
Westward Ho.
With John Candy. Remember that? Wagons East? That's the Oregon Trail.
Oh.
A game where everybody dies of dysentery. I used to love the Oregon Trail. I used to love it though because remember where it would save people's previous shit? So when you were in the computer lab playing, it'd be like, here lies so-and-so. You're like, oh, that motherfucker died like
You
Like-
suck.
Man, we
before
just
he even
barely,
made it to the first, like, you know,
He didn't buy an extra wagon
he
wheel.
didn't even make it to
That-
the rocks
that
or
asshole.
whatever the fuck they were. He's like,
I was
he
just-
didn't make it in. He's already dead.
I was just
That's what
telling
you get
John
when you
today.
Don't buy medication.
Right?
I was just telling John today, one of the trips I went through Kansas for Brian, I stopped at this old-ass cemetery. I was pulling off to eat lunch somewhere, and there was a sign that said cemetery, and I always like checking out old-ass cemeteries in the middle of nowhere. And it turned out it was like cut out of a cotton field in the middle of a fucking dirt road, just nowhere near anything. And it was near an old army fort, and all the headstones were way old, but they all said why the person died
Oh,
on
yeah.
them.
Oh,
It was
shit.
fucking fantastic. I'll have to show you guys the pictures, but like a bunch of them were like Bill Smith died of diarrhea in 1882.
Oh, wow.
Shit like that. And there was some of them were killed by savages, killed by native uprising, shit like that. But the funniest one was it had like Bill Smith murdered by Gary Jones. And the very next one was Gary Jones killed by lynching for murdering Bill Smith. They were next to each other. It's fucking funny.
So like when you played the Oregon Trail, you always put like all your friends' names in. So like of course the wagon train is like John and Danny and you know
Right.
so and so and so. And Danny, you got bit by a snake. Should you rest or continue on? Fuck that,
Continue
we're going.
on.
We ain't
Good
sitting
luck,
there.
Danny.
We ain't say everything. Danny died by a snake bite. You know what the funnest part is? Everyone played it because we like the fucking hunting.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you get like 12,000 pounds of meat, you can only carry 100 pounds back to
Yes.
your face.
Like,
Like,
that's not
uplift that buffalo.
that's not even the
like
full
5
bear.
buffaloes and a bear and a squirrel, and you can only take back 100 pounds of meat. That shit used to piss me off. And I'd be like, why didn't we drive the fucking wagon over here and get the goddamn meat then?
Right.
Like, come on, people.
And there was no eat button. You couldn't just eat it until
Eat
you
the
couldn't
meat
walk
until you were
anymore.
There was one, I can't remember which one of the animals, but it was really hard to get.
The rabbits were like...
Yeah, rabbits are
Mhm.
quick. Squirrels.
Yeah.
Squirrels
rabbits
were
and
tough.
squirrel were fast. The bears were easy. The buffalo were easy. The deer were kind of middling, but those fucking rabbits and squirrels were a pain in the
Because
ass.
you'd be like starving. You're like, this person died.
Oh, yeah.
I better go hunt.
It's
Fuck,
like-
there's nothing out here.
And
One
that
little
100
rabbit bouncing around.
That 100 fucking pounds
And
of
you're
meat
just,
did
like,
not last
spraying
long
it.
either.
No.
You're
Like
just
2
like hitting the
days.
space bar.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, machine
one
gun it.
arrow turning.
Like you go out there, you kill 5 buffalo, and you take back your 100 pounds, and you leave the last there to rot.
You killed
and then you're starving.
10,000 pounds
then
of
you hit,
meat.
Then you hit, start to travel, and you travel like 2 steps, and you're starving again. You're like, what the fuck?
And maybe
Can we
that's
go back and
realistic,
get the
and
rest
that's
of
why
that
all
bear?
that shit's extinct now.
Maybe. Everyone went out and shot 5 buffalo and then didn't eat any of them.
And ate 100 pounds
Yeah.
worth
Ate
of meat.
100 pounds of Tatanka.
I can remember who was it? Was it me and
It
Steve
doesn't stop
Calloway?
with Oregon Trail.
I don't know.
Like the first people that I remember when we beat Oregon Trail
Oh.
finally.
Dude, it
You
was
guys
a
are-
big deal to beat
You
Oregon
remember
Trail.
when you beat Oregon Trail?
I like it.
They can't hear you. They're playing video games now.
I was just showing it didn't stop with
You
Oregon
know,
Trail.
I didn't.
Still name your friends.
He's
games.
still naming characters after his friends in video games. I did the same thing. There's this one game I like to play called XCOM. It's like a turn-based strategy science fiction game where like the aliens make their moves and then you send you have your soldiers and you send this guy over here and then this guy to cover there. And I always name them after people I know and shit. So I'm always sending RJ this way, sending my wife over that direction. I'm obviously the badass motherfucker with the big gun in the middle. But yeah, I still do that shit too.
I don't use
I never
myself.
beat Oregon Trail until I was a grown
You're my
ass
tank.
fucking man.
Are you serious? You didn't beat
Yeah.
it back in the day?
Man, fuck them goddamn rivers. I always tried to fucking float that shit, and now my damn shit tipped over, and I lost all my food, and half my people drowned, and
Oh, yeah.
then fucking...
You still
would
make
just,
it though.
It would just be fucking me and Steve Hook for 2 more steps until we die of snake bite or some bullshit. Fucking... I never beat that shit until I was a grown-ass man. One day I downloaded it on the computer, just a fucking copy of it. And I finally beat it. We had to drive down the river. I never knew that was even part of the game.
Really?
What do you at the end? Where you have to
Yeah,
dodge
you get on the
rocks
long
and shit?
ride and you fucking back and
Yeah,
forth.
at the very end of the game, you get on this fucking river with your
You never beat it?
your shit.
Are you
remember-
serious right now?
I remember the
Yeah.
first time I got to that, I fucked it all up in a half second because I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting it. I'm like,
And then,
this
like,
is
you-
the coolest shit! Oh,
Yeah,
what
you
the
hit, like, a
God
rock
damn
and
it.
see-
yeah. And you
It took me 3 grades
I
to
didn't-
get to this point.
Exactly. And I never
Yeah.
made it to that point until I was a grown ass man. I didn't even know that part of the game existed.
Yeah.
And I was like, where was this shit when I was floating across these rivers? I could have made it then if I could
Right?
control it.
I still
Yeah,
say
like,
Bethesda needs to
just
make
drive.
a Fallout
The
version
Fallout
of it.
version of the Oregon Trail, that would be badass. Just let me carry more than 100 pounds of meat.
Yeah.
But
Like
yeah,
you
that's
have to
just
make
one
it
of
through
those,
while you're killing radioactive savages
that's one of
and
those
shit.
games that
They don't
as
have
a
to be
kid,
radioactive, but
I
they
played
can be.
hours
It's
and hours as a
Fallout.
kid, but I never beat
Dude,
it.
It's,
yeah.
it's just that
That's one of
style.
the few games that I've beaten.
There's a couple games I have on the list that I played endless hours as a child and never beat, but when I was an adult, I beat the original Mario Brothers. Never
that.
beat that when I was a kid.
Really?
Nope.
Never got through.
Me neither.
I never.
I did once,
would
took a
get
picture, sent it to Nintendo
to
Power.
yeah.
Didn't get in there.
I would get to using the warps and shit. I get to World 8, but I couldn't make that one fucking jump where you had to time it perfect between the little. I could never make that. And then when I was an adult, I finally did. Got to Bowser's Castle with all the different paths. You just had to keep choosing until you get it right and shit. But I never beat that till I was an adult. The original Legend of Zelda, I never beat that till I was
Me
an
either.
adult.
I remember
I
I
never
played
did.
the very last level way before I got that far because Amos just used to get us there.
Used to
and
get
let
you
us
there and
play
then
the last level.
let you play it
And then laugh at us because we'd fail.
because you
Yeah.
failed.
Who?
Yeah, there was a
Amos
bunch
Kent?
of those
Oh.
games. Yeah, a bunch of those games. I've probably put so many hours in playing Super Mario Brother. When I was 6, 7 years old on the Nintendo.
That dude was
Never-
like
never beat it.
that dude was like the Matrix. Like legitimately, he could look through a video game and see the code. I swear to God, because
Amos?
yeah, like Mario Brothers, he literally beat it the first time he played it.
And you remember when video games didn't have save options? It gave you a code.
Oh, yeah.
After
could
playing
remember 'em.
10 minutes, he would just alter the codes and have as much money or weapons or whatever he wanted.
Yeah, he could
Really?
figure that shit
That's
out.
my wife's cousin.
Oh really?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
him
he
at her
just-
house with him when we were younger.
He could just figure that shit out and totally in his head, not by reading up on it, not by studying,
Well, there
not
was
by
nothing to
There's
read
no
it.
game guides.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He
Not
just
like
figured
now.
it
Now
out.
you can fucking pull up YouTube.
And
see
not
how to
after
get through
years
it.
either. It was like, oh, brand new game. Oh, I got it. There you go. We're done. Next.
Right?
Shit was crazy.
Yeah.
I can't remember what she said he does now.
Last time I heard, he was writing code for training simulation games for the military. Because he was driving a nuclear sub or something, and then now he's in the private sector.
And I want to say he married, he does something crazy like that, and then he married a rocket.
A girl version?
No, like she builds rockets or something
Like
like
you
that.
married a rocket scientist.
Yeah, she married a rocket scientist. Yeah.
I wonder if he says, "Come on, this
I
isn't
was
brain
gonna say a
surgery."
rocket surgeon, but
I'm sure there's rocket surgeons out there. Every once in a while, your rocket gets a little
Appendicitis.
wrong.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, you gotta do a little surgery on it. Rocket surgeon.
I didn't want to say it. I said a rocket builder.
Rocket maker. It's like
It's
it's
I
like a
kept
cobbler,
waiting for
but
him
for
to fucking
rockets.
say scientist.
It's a rocket
That's
builder.
just the title, a rocket
Because it
scientist.
wanted to come out as surgery.
Everyone's like,
They
smart
make
as a
shit-
rocket scientist, and
They make shit really smartly.
because he kept saying, I didn't expect surgery is what was in his head though.
Maker.
Rocket sailor.
Rocket sailor.
Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum.
I think that's a pilot.
Oh yes, no, it's a
Rocket
pirate.
Speaking of, do you guys ever watch that Cooper's Treasure?
Oh, the
Talking of
documentary?
rockets.
Oh,
and
yeah.
pilots? Dude, I love that show. My
Is
wife
that
hates
the one where
it.
they like searching for like
The guy, yeah, Gordon Cooper was their astronaut and searching. They was in the Gemini space program.
I only watched the first episode of it, but I know
Yeah,
what you're talking about.
I've watched both seasons, and like.
Is that the
it's
dude that jumped
cool
out of the
shit.
plane with all that money?
No.
No, that's DB Cooper.
This
DB
guy,
Cooper.
this guy, his
Nobody
name
knows
is
what
Daryl
happened to him.
Mikolos,
They actually just solved that.
and
in-
he
in
is
theory.
Did they?
The
Yeah,
DB
I
Cooper
keep hearing
dude?
they say they've solved it, but I don't know. I mean,
We'll see when they give me that money.
like, yeah, where's he at? Where's the money?
He's dead now. It was like a deathbed confession type thing, but they were
Ah.
able to put it back together and prove that it really
Really
was
was
him.
him? Like
and
that guy in New Mexico who forever said that he was Billy,
Billy the Kid, yeah.
and was he?
They've never
They
figured
never
it out.
were able to prove whether he was or
Well, that was
wasn't.
the whole premise of Young Guns too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that was based on...
that was based off
and
of the dude.
the
who
beginning of it, that guy supposedly that's the story of that dude that wandered up in New Mexico, except it was way later in life.
So, anyways, Cooper's Treasure.
yeah.
So Gordon Cooper, that's
He's like, "Stop talking. I want to
Get
talk
off
about
it.
something that I want
He's
to
like,
talk
I
about."
had a fucking story for once, guys. You
So
hijacked
he
me.
gives he basically while he's working for NASA, he was like one of the first astronauts, Gemini space program, where he just orbited the Earth looking for Russian. That was his job. He was
He was
looking
a spy, basically.
in the Bahamas for Russian
for the nuclear warheads. And
yeah,
shit.
warheads
Yeah.
and stuff. And he had this stuff, and he just took all these pictures. Well, he was also a hobby treasure hunter, and he's like, well, fuck, I'm gonna take advantage of this shit.
Looking for shipwrecks and
And
shit.
kind of secretly, after he did his space program stuff, and I mean his personal life, once he's back on Earth and normal again, out of the out of the space program, he actually went and started fucking searching for treasures and whatnot, and found some. And well, this Daryl Mikolos, his dad was a fucking treasure hunter, and they were like friends. So fucking Gordon on his deathbed, I mean, even though they were friends, like he kept this secret until he fucking died, literally. And finally, like within like a week of him dying, he's like, "Hey man, here's all this cool shit." He's like, "Go find these treasures." And that's how the show started. That was episode 1, and like it literally, I mean, he's been finding cool shit. Like every week he's I mean, like I didn't know how like complicated it was to find these fucking shipwrecks, but like it's a pain in the ass. Like the process that they have to go through. Like they they find all kinds of cool shit like cannons and barrel these hoops that hold barrels together and spikes that hold the ship
The
together
metal
and
and
this
shit
and
from
that.
the wood rotted away.
And what I also didn't know is back in the day, all these ships that had the big sails, every one of them had ballast stones in the belly, like basketball sized rocks in the whole underbelly of the ship to keep it
sturdy
upright.
while it's... Yeah.
And so they find all these ballast piles and just all kinds of cool shit. And I mean, it's a really, really cool show. But like the end of the last, under season 1, he found a Columbus, what they pretty much determined was a Columbus, one of Christopher Columbus's ships, not the Nina, none of those, but one of his.
He had like 5 ships with him or something.
Yeah, one of his other ships. They found the anchor to it in Turks and Caicos, and they lifted it up, and they're like, "Oh, awesome!" And that was like the end of the fucking season. And then episode 1 of season 2, they basically show what happened, literally after that. And what happened was the fucking police came and like fucking threatened to arrest him and made him put the anchor back in the water and made him fuck off and leave. They're like, "Yeah, you're not getting any of this shit."
Like they already knew it was there, they're just not telling anybody?
I don't know if they're or if they're just like, this is
Well,
our
there's a
property now,
lot.
and
There's a lot that goes into salvage rights for maritime wrecks. Like, first it has to be like, where are the waters? Is it international waters? Is it not? Who are the original owners? Who can put claims in on the shit once you find it? Like, there's been people who found like the Spanish galleons and shit.
I thought
that
once
sunk
they
with the
lost it,
gold.
they lost it in maritime
And
shit.
that's what I thought it was too. But it turns out there's a lot more to it because, like I said, like
Even-
some
yeah,
of the
that's what
Spanish
it-
galleons that sunk, like the treasure ships, Spain, like now can put in claims on them ships when someone found it as their lost property and stuff.
honestly, because a lot of that stuff. I mean, you're talking like the 1600s, 1700s. They had like insurance companies that would insure these fucking ships.
Yeah.
They
I
had
think
like legit documents. Like
If
this
you can't
is everything
find your
on
stuff for like 6 generations, it's not yours anymore.
But yeah, because they can go to fucking Lloyd's of London and be like, look, this ship was registered with insurance for
Exactly.
this such and such cargo in fucking 1642, and it sunk and we paid it out, so we actually own that shit.
Exactly.
So you found it, that's our property. You got to give it. Like, there's a whole lot of rules that go into salvage rights and what you can and can't own
But I
that's
think,
sunk and shit like that.
like I said, last season, season 1, they never technically found treasure, no gold or any cool shit like that. But like, they're right on the verge of it, and I really think that this season they're gonna fucking hit the the cool shit.
They
Gold
keep
and
reeling
fucking-
him in. He's like, no, next season
He's
they're
like
gonna find some shit next
yeah,
season.
he's like, they had to put the anchor back. But I'm telling you, at the end of season 2, I think they're
they're
close
gonna find
to finding
aliens or
gold.
something.
The start of season 3, there's gonna be some gold.
They're gonna kill Cersei.
Speaking of that, we're trying to talk about Aquaman. With Brian
That's
ran
right.
out of
Oh,
the room.
Brian
Yeah.
ran out of the room.
That movie is one that you should probably appreciate, at least the whole backstories, origins, behind the scenes, who
The
done
Aquaman
it.
movie?
Have you seen the trailer for
'cause
it?
It's like giving you the story of how Aquaman became Aquaman.
Oh,
So
And
you
that
like-
scene makes me want to watch it, even though have no desire to watch an Aquaman movie.
which one?
Aquaman.
Aquaman,
No, what scene?
the origin scene.
Oh, I got
where
you,
He's
okay.
like learning.
You haven't seen the trailer for it?
Huh?
Also,
The only Aquaman
it just got
I've seen was in,
dropped like 3 days ago.
Do you care if we describe it?
the fucking what was that movie that he was actually in?
The
Justice League.
Justice League. Yeah. I
Do you
just
care
saw
if we
that.
describe it though?
So like
No, go for, yeah.
now
Well,
we're
they're-
up
Fucking
to
trailer.
Justice
He's a
League.
kid, and there's this. They're in like some big aquarium place, and these bullies are messing with him and push him up against the glass, and the shark comes and bams up against the glass and fucking mad dogs the bullies, and the kid turns around. It kind of goes like this, and then turns back around. And like every fish and shark and eel and everything in that tank is all up on the glass, saying like let's go.
No shit.
As it is really cool.
But why is that intimidating? That's what I don't get about it. They can't get out.
Well, the
If that shark
cracks
hits
the
hard
glass,
enough,
though.
yeah.
that's true.
So like, if
And then
they-
they'll
seen the
flop at you.
Megalodon?
They'll flop at
the
you.
Meg? Haven't you seen the Meg? 75
Hey,
foot
that's coming
shark.
out pretty soon too.
I'm still pissed about the name for that movie. It just bugs
Right,
me.
they
Every-
ruined
like,
it.
every time I hear
why
it-
not just Megalodon?
I see Meg growing her fingernails
Exactly.
abnormally
I'm
fast.
like, I'm thinking like
Like,
fucking Family
fuck,
Guy and
man.
shit.
I saw, that was my exact feeling as
Yeah.
I'm watching that.
Because the trailer is fucking. The
The
first time you
trailer's
see the
fucking
trailer, you're
awesome.
like, "This is fucking. This
You're
is
like,
Jaws on
yes,
steroids. This
yes,
is badass."
yes,
And
and then they're like-
the shark's about to bite the boat, and it's like the Meg, and I'm
And you're
like,
like, is this for sci-fi?
"What the fuck
Is
is
this
this?
a Sci-Fi Channel
Is this
original?
like, oh,
is
it
this
just-
a
it just got
spin-off from
corny.
Sharknado or some
It
shit?
just
Like,
got
what the
corny.
fuck?"
Oh man.
I was all in until the moment it said the Meg, and I'm like, you know how many people that had to have gone through
Right.
Speaking of Sharknado, I'm
To
pretty
get-
sad about that.
It's like,
to
yeah.
get
How
a
many,
Meg.
how many green
Huh?
lights
Did
did
it
that
end?
fucking
Yeah,
pass
it's
through?
going to.
Fucking, yeah.
to get through how many fucking
The Meg.
executives
Ah.
and creative directors and directors and writers
Market
and shit
testers
and market testers
Like that wasn't a fucking.
pre-screenings and bullshit that movie went through, and nobody
Everybody's
said,
like, that's fine.
yeah, nobody was like, this is a stupid fucking name. Because everybody I know who's seen this, like, that's a stupid fucking name.
Yeah.
How'd that get done? I don't know how that one made
Big
it
ass deadly
to
shark
production.
movie.
So
Would be a little
That
bit
would
better.
have been big ass deadly shark movie. Like you said, you just call it what it is, the Megalodon.
Yeah.
Megalodon is
I've been
fucking
fine with that.
awesome.
Or hell, the
Badass
Dawn.
name.
At least then you get a
The
little mafia
Dawn.
feel.
What?
Vito Corleone's gonna come riding down the shark. Like,
It's
I'm
better
down.
than Meg Griffin.
Right?
So Sharknado keeps getting cooler, and they're ending it this year. That
it
makes
keeps
me so
getting
sad.
cooler. I didn't know it was cooler to begin with.
Sharknado's awesome. You haven't heard
I have
Sharknado?
not seen
There's a couple
single
people
one.
that really like it.
I love it.
Obviously,
Yeah.
since they've made like 6 of them at this point.
Yeah, and they delayed it too. It was supposed to get
Brian's
released in
face is
July.
like-
They moved it back to August, but this one they're actually going to time travel. there's going to be knights and.
That's
How
what
does,
else is
how,
there?
how does the Sharknado jump the shark?
Right?
I mean, really?
Really?
They said they're literally going to be in like medieval times and. I don't remember where else.
Look,
I think there's going to be dinosaurs this time.
If a dinosaur eats Tara Reid, I'm all in.
Yeah.
She's been in almost every movie. She's died like 3 times in this series.
I know.
She's a
I'm saying,
cyborg
if a
now.
dinosaur does it, though, I'm in.
In
Not another
Sharknado,
shark.
Tara Reid has died 3 times. In
At
Sharknado?
least.
No,
Yeah,
no
give or
offense,
take.
but it seems like you're making this up as you're going.
Right?
No.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me it's called the NATO.
Yeah, right.
I got really short. It's called the Megado. Oh.
No, it's one of those that's just horribly fantastic.
The Meg.
It's getting so much better. They're bringing time travel into it, and there's going to be knights and dinosaurs.
Everybody ride your dinosaur.
Oh yeah, like what's his name? The main character from the 90210 douchebag that hasn't done anything since
Ian-
90210. Yeah, him, Ian Ziering. He's been inside of like 6 sharks the whole time. I mean, he always like gets
All
eaten.
of
And
them.
then, yeah, he always gets
Yeah.
eaten and then kills them from the inside out and shit like that. It's
Wow.
oh yeah,
Oh, man.
it's pretty good.
I've been half tempted to watch
Oh, I
one.
To
look
like
forward
watch
to it.
them. They're all on one of the streaming services. I don't know which one, but I saw like Netflix or some shit.
Somewhere
Has
has
them.
them, yeah.
Yeah,
I know you
but
can watch them on the Sci-Fi app.
I
if
flip
nothing
through.
else.
I flip through the streaming services constantly, and I saw all the Sharknadoes the other day. I think it's Netflix, and I was like, no. I just kept fucking scrolling.
Last Chance You came back for another season.
Did it?
Yeah. This
What?
Last Chance You.
What is that?
The first 2 seasons were about this.
Nah, I don't care.
Okay.
Oh,
Junior college that has gone almost undefeated for like the last 5 seasons. Won like 4 or 5 national championships
And what?
and
What sport?
football.
Football.
Okay.
And
Isn't almost undefeated defeated?
almost. But they recruit like D1 players that like Florida State kicked off for being using drugs or hitting women or
Like
whatever
all
the
the
case
shitty
may be.
people? Yeah.
And they try and like
Like they're good players, but for some reason they didn't make the cut. Like you said, like
So-
so and so punched his girlfriend. Well, we'll give you a chance.
well, you can come here and
Chris
help us win the
Brown
national
ass.
championship. So
Again.
but they kind of use them for the national championships, but some of them have actually been kind of reformed and know that this is their last chance. They straighten up and then they go back to D1 school or whatever. But this season they're at a different school and it's a whole new learning the coach and which character is the mother character that cares about them and makes sure that they get their learnings and stuff, you know. But it's cool. If you like
Last chance
football
you.
stuff, yeah.
As in like Last Chance Universe.
It's a documentary, but I say every documentary that's been made in the last 5 years is a docudrama.
Yeah, I mean,
It's supposed to be a documentary?
produced
Yeah.
documentary.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
Yeah.
real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah. I didn't know it was fucking like real life.
I didn't
Oh,
either.
you thought it was like a TV?
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
Yeah,
It's like
one of
it's
the kids
like-
from season
it's
1,
like
I
a
think, just
behind the
graduated
scenes
from
of-
Clemson
they
or
worked at this
something.
real university. and
Oh,
shit.
wow. That makes
Yeah.
it a little better.
Yeah, it's real kids
Yeah, it's like the
And-
behind the scenes.
but you
Why
think-
would they change universities?
because they got kicked out.
No,
And
it
then-
means the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they got probably because the coaching staff kind of disbanded. The head coach quit. All everybody else transferred to different schools.
Oh,
and
fuck, really?
They couldn't follow them all, so they're like, let's go check out this school. But yeah, you'd think a couple seasons in, these knuckleheads would realize people are watching this, including schools that I might be able to go
Schools,
to.
yeah, so I
I should
stop-
probably straighten
I
up.
should stop being a complete
So
ass
they-
on
but they
fucking TV.
continue to be idiots.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of idiots.
Fucking like Jersey Shore with pads.
Yeah,
With pads. I would have watched that. Jersey Shore with pads.
that would have been
That
kinda
spinoff, I would
interesting.
have been down
Uh,
for Jersey Shore with pads.
You see the quarterback, hut, 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 hut.
good crossover.
Jersey Shore with pads.
Oh, shit.
Alrighty then.
Cool. Any other movies you're interested in?
I had something that pissed me off on the internet the other day. Which
Really?
is
Just
normal.
one?
That's just one thing. Just one receipt. Well, you guys got it back in my head when we were out there eating. You guys started talking about Nicolas Cage wanting to make a new Ghost
Ghost Rider.
Rider movie or whatever shit. And so, like, the other day, I fell for it. Fucking clickbait. We all fall for that
Yeah.
shit. You see some shit and you're like, and there's ones
titties.
you're like, I know this is not gonna fucking be what it's trying to tell me.
Yeah,
it's
that
gonna
picture
be.
they're showing isn't
Picture
what
with
they're
the-
going to show.
With
Yeah.
the girl on her ass hanging out like the play button, and you're
Yeah.
like, shit.
Or like it'll be like some story thing, and then you have to like scroll through go through like 5 different fucking
Right.
pages of shit to get to the story that
You'll
they're
never
advertising.
believe what this celebrity looks like now, and it'll
No.
be some crackhead that's never in the article.
Yeah, exactly. Or it'll take like 5 different pages of like, or the ones where it's like some story about.
It's the very last
You'll
one.
never,
Like,
you'll never imagine what these people found when they renovated their house, and then it's like like one picture, like 2 sentences. These people bought this house. Next,
Yep.
in this house, they
There was-
decided to remodel. Next, then they bought a dog while they were remodeling. Next, and you're like, after like 50 pages,
The
you
dog
finally,
sniffed the wall.
Next,
And then 3 insurance
that
commercials.
wall
pop
had
up.
nothing to do with what we're going to up in the attic next.
Yeah.
And like after you go through like 50 of these fucking next, you finally find out they found some old ass menu from some weird bullshit.
I
I'm
hate
like,
the ones where you get
the
like
fuck is this
to
crap?
page 26 and you're finally ready for the reveal, and then you click over and it's like, sign up here for our newsletter to see the ending.
Oh, those are, you know what else is bad that I hate are the ones when you get flipped to like the Amazon gift card shit you can't back out of.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a back button, but you can't it doesn't work.
Or you
It
get
just-
the
Yeah,
ad that doesn't
throw
have an
this
X.
computer away.
So you hit the back button on your phone.
And you go
And it takes you all the way
it
to
takes you to
Facebook.
the beginning of Facebook,
And you're like,
so you
"Oh,
got to start
fuck
over.
that."
You're like, I'm not going through 20 pages again. When I was almost there. I was this
Yep,
close.
this close.
I was this close. But what got me the other day was the headline was like Marvel director completely bashes the MCU and the direction they're taking it, blah 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 blah. And in my mind, I'm like, this is gonna be some fucking hack who did some old ass Marvel movie back in the day that has nothing to do with the shit coming out now, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I know it, but I'm still gonna click on to find this fucking story just in case. And I click on it, and of course, it's the fucking director of Ghost Rider 2 with Nicolas
Oh.
fucking Cage. He's only directed like 3 other movies in his fucking life that nobody's ever heard of, and he's talking shit about the MCU and their billion-dollar movies they're putting out. And I was like, I
Wow.
knew it. I fell for this bullshit,
Didn't
and
they-
it made me so fucking mad that I fell for it. And I had to go through 3 pages to get to the fucking thing too. And I'm like, I gave you all this ad bullshit
Right.
for some garbage that I knew was garbage, and I fell for it. I was mad.
Didn't the
That's
director of
fucking
Guardians
hot.
of the Galaxy get fired?
Yes, James Gunn got fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
what is that? Some old tweets
So
or something.
this is fucking ridiculous. So 7 years ago, before he ever signed on with Marvel, before he ever worked for Disney, when he's doing his like Slither and all them fucking movies, he made Slither and some other movies. He made some jokes on Twitter that were tasteless jokes about shit.
Like
Pedophilia.
racist stuff?
Yeah, it wasn't racist. He made some like
Let's just say none of us are ever going to direct a movie for Marvel or Disney or anything.
no.
It was. I don't remember what the joke was that
But he
got
made-
him, but it was all about
He
pedophilia.
had been
Yeah,
he'd been
something
in
about
some
kids.
he'd been in some kind of panel or something with another director who had been indicted or known as a pedophile and shit. And he made some joke about, oh well, now we're accepting pedophiles and some other shit and things like that. They were kind of poor, tasteless jokes that shit like that. And he apologized for it on Twitter not too long after. This is like 7 years ago. And so then, like a week ago or so, he got into it with some host on Fox News and one of their bloggers. He got into it with them over some political shit. So this Fox News host blogger dug through Twitter, found these old tweets of James Gunn, and put him out there in this article like, oh, you won't believe what James Gunn tweeted out, blah, 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 blah. And so then his followers latch onto it. So because, with the Me Too movement and everything going on right now, you can't say shit on Twitter. Otherwise, your career's over. So Disney, knee-jerk reaction, you're out. We're firing you. But the crazy thing is that this shit happened 7 years ago. He already publicly apologized for it. Disney knew about it when they fucking hired him. They knew about his apology when they hired him. But they made this knee-jerk reaction off this thing, and now the internet's going crazy. Everyone's like,
I say we boycott Disney and Marvel.
that's what a lot of people are saying. You should boycott the next Disney movies or things like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
Not
that.
going to happen.
Nope, not going to happen. But almost all
And he
of
didn't
the...
even bang a kid. He just made fun of somebody else that did.
That did it, yeah. So, but
I don't, man.
it was crazy that he got, but like I said, nowadays you
It's-
can't say anything.
You can't
without,
you can't even have a shitty sense of humor anymore.
Right.
No.
Like
I
it's not
can-
like
I can. I'm pretty good at it.
It's not like he was saying he was in support of fucking any of this
Exactly.
or defending
making-
somebody.
yeah,
he was making
tasteless
a
jokes.
bad joke.
Exactly.
George
And
Carlin would have been lynched.
The
Yeah,
whole...
right.
the
Like,
whole-
what would
the
where
whole
would this
premise
world be?
of Guardians of the Galaxy is a collection of badass jokes
Yes.
in space. That's all they are.
Yeah.
Deadpool,
Like,
same
the
fucking
thing.
thing. It's all
But
fucking.
you can't, with the reaction now, you can't do anything on social media without getting in trouble. But the crazy thing is, this was 7 years ago.
And
it's
there's-
not like he just said it yesterday.
Right.
And he
Deadpool is a
apologized
prime
it.
example. There's a lot of shit in Deadpool way worse than what this dude
Oh,
said on
way
Twitter
worse
7
than
years
what
ago.
he said. But
It's gonna feel huge.
right? But it's not like he just said it yesterday. And he said, when he apologized years ago, he's like, look, I was in a different place in my life then. I was, things weren't, I was in a bad place. This was how I
Starbucks.
coped with shit. I was at Starbucks when I made this tweet. You gotta understand. I
Yeah.
just drank one of those fucking unicorn frappe
Ugh.
shits. So I was hyped up on it. Like, he apologized, and this was years ago when he apologized. But it's crazy that someone went back and dug all this shit up.
It's even more crazy that it matters.
And then
Yeah.
he got fired from. His last movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, made $880 billion.
And they could potentially.
Billion with a B?
No, $1 million, almost a
Oh,
billion.
I was gonna
not
say,
billion.
motherfucker.
880 million, and his
Well,
one before that
movie
made
tickets are getting
700
up
million.
there.
His two movies made $1.6 billion, and now they fired him from the third one over this. And now almost pretty much everyone he's ever worked with, all the actors have come out on Twitter in support of him, saying this is wrong. Disney shouldn't have fired him. This isn't the person he is. He apologized for this years ago. Like, this doesn't reflect who he is now as a person. And it's been crazy. Like,
Imagine if they
stuff,
ruin that
everything.
series because
Yeah.
of that.
I know, that's
Like
what,
if,
like, yeah.
like I said, if it's a deal like Kevin Spacey, for example,
Mhm.
like who legit, harassed somebody.
Sexually assaulted
let's
a minor.
let's fucking, he's a shitty person.
Yeah.
Let's kind of fucking do away with him. But like you're ruining a person's career over fucking a bad joke.
Over
Well,
bad
like
joke.
Danny Masterson just getting accused and not even having any
Accusations
proof.
killing careers is pissing me off.
Well,
Yeah,
it
like-
just happened to Chris Hardwick
Yeah.
of The Talking Dead. He does the Talking Dead show, The
Mhm.
Nerdist. Same shit. An ex-girlfriend of his came out and said that they were in an abusive relationship, and the second she put that tweet out, AMC pulled him from The Talking Dead. He lost his Comic-Con panels he was working on
Yeah.
and everything else. And there's
no proof it ever
There's
happened.
no proof it
Right.
ever happened. Like, he broke it off, and he actually has texts of her trying to get back with him after he ended the relationship
Yeah.
because she cheated on him. She cheated on him, and he ended the relationship. He's married now and shit. This is years ago that this happened.
Right? Like
And his wife has come out in defense. Previous ex-girlfriends from before and after this girl came out and said he never treated
Yeah, she
me
came
like
out and
that.
he's like, every time he hit me, I had it coming. I don't know what her problem was.
Right? But yeah, like, he had ex-girlfriends that have come out that from before this chick and after this chick who both said, look, he never treated us this way. We never saw any inkling that this is the kind of person he'd be or he'd do this. And it ruined his career just by one person saying, hey, he did this to me, because of just how toxic it is right now on social media. And it's crazy because there are real people out there like Kevin Spacey and Bill Cosby and shit who do need to be fucking,
Yeah.
like...
that
who
we're
are doing
legit
some-
bad people.
Yeah.
And fucking.
But now
ABC would probably put Bill Cosby back in a sitcom today.
probably,
As
but
long as
it's-
he doesn't say anything right wing or anything.
Right?
yeah, I mean, like
But,
Rosie getting fucking her whole show pulled. All the people involved with that show, everybody, all the cast, all
Oh
the
no,
fucking.
they got their jobs back.
Yeah, they're rebooting that
They're
show
doing
without
the show
Roseanne.
without her.
It's
They
gonna
wrote her
be-
out of the show. She's being
It's going to
killed
be
off.
Rodan.
It's called The Connors now, and it's everybody else minus her.
Really?
Yeah, she's because at the end of the last
Regardless,
season, the last
she
season,
lost her fucking
she
job
lost her
over
job.
a tweet.
But she did. Her tweet was she did do a racist tweet. Currently, this
So-
isn't something.
so is
from
Whoopi
5,
Goldberg,
6
though.
years ago.
What?
You know? So like I understand why
She
they went
compared.
after
She
her.
compared.
She compared a black woman to being a monkey.
No, she wasn't even a black woman. She was that Israeli woman. She wasn't a black woman.
Well, she was some kind of ethnic woman. She compared.
She
her to
was
being
a
monkey.
she was a
So,
Caucasian woman.
I get some of it, but like she didn't lose because at first I was like, damn, she fucked a lot of people
Which
over.
in
They got rid
real
of her.
fucking in reality, that fucking woman does look like the chick from fucking Planet of the Apes. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I don't think I
I
ever
don't
saw
know what to
her.
say
I
about
just
that.
say.
She fucking watch. Google it and fucking. She does look exactly like
John's
the
gonna
fucking.
dig it.
It's one of
Anybody remember her name?
No.
it's one of Obama's fucking.
former AIDS or
Yeah,
something.
former AIDS, and she does look a lot like the fucking monkey lady from
Valerie
Planet of the
Jarrett?
Apes.
I don't
I
remember.
have
her
no
name.
idea.
But she's Israeli or something like that. She came here from or Iraqi or something. She came here, took attended college in the U.S. and then I don't even think she's a citizen yet or something. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
I can kind of see.
right. Like, it's not a fucking stretch. It wasn't a fucking racist
Yeah, but that's
thing. It
still
was a
not
fucking
the-
bad joke.
Thanks, Brian. Now
Yeah.
we're never gonna get to direct a movie.
Right.
Fuck.
But it's crazy though. The ones that are driving me crazy are these ones where people are going back years and years. This just happened to a pitcher of the Brewers. Did you guys see that?
I mean, we're like,
No.
Yeah, one of the pitchers in the one of the starting pitchers or relief pitcher for the Brewers. Someone went back 7 years ago and got some tweets he put out when he was 17 years old. They were racist. They were ignorant and racist tweets. But he was 17 years old and he apologized for those too.
You can't be responsible for what you do when you're
He's
17.
like, look, I was fucking
That's
ignorant.
unfair.
He's like, I was ignorant. I didn't fucking know shit back then. I was stupid. I was a fucking kid. I lived in my little corner
that's
of the
the one.
world.
I think he was on Sports Illustrated cover, asking
I think so.
all right, because the MLB draft's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wondering if teams are gonna take that chance. You're gonna draft this kid that people might not show up at the stadium because you drafted him, or you're
Oh,
gonna
that
draft
was a
him.
different one. That
Was
was a
it?
different one. Yeah, no.
Okay.
This guy, he made these tweets 7 years ago. He's a major league pitcher now.
Okay.
But these just came out like a week ago. They were like it was again, breaking news, so-and-so, racist tweets, blah, blah, blah. And then once you actually read the story, 7 years ago when he was 17, he made some really racist tweets that he apologized for when he fucking grew up and realized, I'm ignorant.
I was a fucking
That's
idiot,
not
yeah.
how, yeah, I was an idiot.
probably drunk
know,
or whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
it's just stupid. I
not
mean,
one
you're-
of us in this fucking room didn't do dumb
You know,
shit.
and like he said, he's like, I grew up in my small
or
corner of the
27
world,
or
where
37.
this was the viewpoint of everybody around me. This is what I thought the world was and what people of race were, and I've learned better since.
And he got the
then.
fuck out of his tiny little
Exactly. It's
town
like,
in the middle of nowhere and
he
learned
went
it's
out to
not-
college. He experienced the world. He's traveled. He's realized that his racist views he had of people were not true. But I mean, now it was like crazy. I was like, all this shit.
It's this
is like
mentality,
years and years
this
ago.
fucking I'm offended.
Everybody
let's
gets a
ruin
trophy.
your life.
Mhm.
Fucking mentality of the fucking world now. It's like nobody can be offended anymore. You can't just be like, damn it, I don't like that. It has to be, fuck everybody. I don't like this guy. He offends me. Let's fucking ruin his life. Let's end his career. Like, how that fucking flies now?
Get the mob together.
I mean, it's public lynching. In the 21st century.
Like I said, it's a catch-22 because there are those out there that need to be lynched.
Yeah,
But then there's a lot of people that are starting to use it to their advantage now
Right.
and are taking advantage of the situation.
And how many of those are we going to see that we find out, hey, I'm going to post all these tweets you posted if you don't give me $1 million.
Right.
And then they're like, fuck you, I'm not giving you nothing. Here's your tweets.
And also, it's not like they're hard to find. Anybody could dig back through
Right.
your
Oh, you
fucking
mean like-
profile and
like
find these
the
ancient
president's
tweets.
fucking lawyer who's supposed to be under fucking contract to fucking keep secrets and he now decides to not keep secrets. like what? It's just fucking.
It's just like
It's
I
a
mean,
shitty fucking world.
here's
It's
the-
all about the drama.
here's the thing.
It's all about the
Anybody
It's
Who's-
the same shit like when you're driving down the fucking freeway and there's a wreck on that side.
Everybody
Everybody
has
on
to
this
stop.
fucking side slows down and fucking like, why are we stopping? There's
Right.
nothing wrong over here. You fucking drama fucking queens, stay in your lane.
Right.
Fucking go, keep your fucking head straight. If that doesn't affect you, fucking keep going. It's like it's so fucking annoying. Like for like a person like me, like truckers for example, we're out there. Our job is driving, and when people ruin that for us over dumb shit, it's the most frustrating thing. So like when I'm driving along and traffic comes to a fucking halt, you're like, fuck, what's going on? I mean, if it's like a legit thing, I'm like, if somebody's hurt, like, damn it, that sucks. I mean. That's,
when
that's
it's on
bad
the
thing. But it's
other
like,
side of the freeway over the
Where's-
divider.
why are you fucking drama fucking thirst fucking assholes? It's just the rubber. It's the society that we're fucking in.
Yeah.
Like people love that shit. Like it boggles my mind and it frustrates me
Speaking
that
of
my
rubber-
wife likes the Kardashians.
Speaking of rubbernecking shit, Brian and I saw the funniest shit. Speaking of rubbernecking, we got stuck in traffic coming back from Texas. The interstate was closed for a wreck or
Oh,
something.
yeah, when we had
so
to
they
dive
dump
off.
us off on this little 2-lane in the middle of BFE, and it takes hours. But everybody got to the point where we're getting kind of close to a town, so traffic just starts getting on the shoulder and passing us like a motherfucker. And there was a tractor trailer in front of us that gets sick of it, and like 10 cars go by, and when the next one's coming by, he just turns and drives off the fucking road and blocks the whole shoulder so traffic can't pass anymore.
Wow.
Just shuts the whole shoulder down. He's like, "Fuck you guys, I can't go. You're not going."
That was what they were oiling the road.
I thought it was.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
They didn't,
That was funny,
They
too.
didn't shut down one or
Like
two
one
lanes.
lane.
They just took both lanes of the fucking freeway and like fresh oil.
In
Like,
front of traffic,
In
and then
front-
just
like,
let you drive
and-
through
and,
it.
Like we're driving, all of a sudden you hear this.
You're sticking.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Because I mean, the road, of course, got like super dark, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? It looked like fresh paint, but you hear that fucking. I'm like, no, they fucking didn't. Like, they just fucking like normally they put the oil down, then they fucking chip seal it. You know what I
Right.
mean? But they fucking just oiled it, and then we're just driving on that.
Right behind the oil
Right
truck.
behind the fucking oil truck, and I'm like,
Like,
what the
no.
fuck's going on here in Texas? Like, why? Who does that make sense to? That's a huge waste of money. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, you're just sucking it right back off the road.
yeah, I mean, it's like the dumbest shit that I've ever seen. And yeah, people were just, I mean, it was at a standstill on the freeway, and people were just bailing off. And luckily, it's Texas, so it's just like a bar ditch with grass in it. You know,
Oh yeah,
you
that.
fucking- you just
Everybody's
fucking
just driving through.
right through it. I went through it 2-3 times with my fucking trailer. And everything.
Trailer and all. Yep.
Fuck
That
this.
was funny.
The thing that drives me crazy on the social media shit now, though, is that nobody, celebrities, politicians, everybody, no one's learned their fucking lesson.
They're still doing
Like,
it. Yeah.
they're still fucking, it's so easy to avoid. Just fucking use social media to wish happy birthdays and let people know what fucking Starbucks order you got.
Right.
Like, you don't gotta fucking...
Pictures
like,
of
keep your-
food, pictures of our
Exactly.
kids.
Like, and if you're
Yeah.
a celebrity, fucking hire someone to run your social media account. Let someone fucking do it for you. You don't actually have to be the one spouting shit off at 3:30 in the morning after a
After
couple
Ambien.
Xanaxes and a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Like-
that's like my.
That's what
biggest-
Roseanne said. Is like, oh, sorry, I was on Ambien.
I hate
didn't mean
to like not to be political, but that's like a huge gripe I have with fucking Trump. It's like you don't need to fucking be on Twitter.
Right? No.
You don't
He-
need to be on.
There
Twitter.
should be
like
a
just
official...
do shit. Like you're fucking you're.
There
yours,
should be an
okay,
official
good, whatever.
White House Twitter person who just
Right.
tweets out random ass American
Like
bullshit.
I'm sure Obama had, and maybe Bush
Yeah.
even had when he. I mean, in
Exactly,
the fledgling
yeah.
deal. You know, it's just these PC fucking. You know.
Yeah, just
This is what we're doing
America's-
today.
We're having
Yeah,
American.
fucking-
We're having apple pie tonight.
Yeah,
right,
you know,
shit
just,
like that.
and it
Like,
fucking.
And
Bald
the same
eagle,
thing-
hell yeah.
the same thing with fucking
Who likes Dukes of
celebrities,
Hazzard?
too.
No.
They do the same
I-
fucking stupid shit. Like,
When-
just
when
shut the fuck up.
when Hulk Hogan got fucking like
Oh yeah.
and they basically started making fun of him, and he didn't catch the joke like that. Remember when it was come out like that Hulk Hogan was racist or
Oh,
whatever?
yeah.
And this fucking like this soccer player from fucking like England or something, you know, who happened to be a black guy, like as a joke, you know, he's watching all this unfold, and he's like, oh, I support fucking Hulk Hogan. And Hulk Hogan fucking like, hey, here's a fucking black guy supporting me. And then it became like a joke, and then all of a sudden all these black people, as a joke, started fucking, you know, randomly, oh yeah, I support Hulk Hogan, I support Hulk Hogan. And he's like he's like, look at all these people. And like, he's the only one not in on the joke. And he's like,
I'm
It's
not
like the-
racist. I have a black friend.
It's like-
what the
It's
why
like
is
the,
there not somebody,
Like the Asian guy on
Like-
American Idol that everybody voted for because he sung so bad.
yeah.
William Hung.
Hung.
Yeah.
She
It's
bang.
like,
She
yeah,
bang.
they when you get to a certain point, you need to just be like, okay, you need to handle this shit. Like, I mean,
Exactly. Like I said, I mean, just fucking keep it stupid, light ass PC bullshit. Like on social media, there's no reason to fucking get all crazy on there because all it does is going to cost you your fucking career. And the thing, like I said, it pisses me off because how have none of them picked up on this yet? Has not enough of this shit happened on social media for the last like 5-6 years that none of these people are like, maybe I shouldn't be just saying anything real on social media.
it's like, you know, during the whole election cycle or whatever, you know, you see these business owners, you know, large business owners, Home Depot, fucking shit like that. These people coming out and like, oh, fuck this guy, we're gonna vote for this one, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know, I could care less who you vote for.
Right.
Yeah.
But now that you're fucking like publicly saying that we're idiots if we vote for this person, like
That's
I'm not
going
gonna
to
shop
cost you
at
some
your store
customers.
anymore.
Yeah.
This
What
I hate
so
about
like
social
just
media.
shut the fuck up. Like those I respect those business owners more that just shut the fuck up. And if you have a good fucking business,
Like their
yeah.
only,
But
their
I don't
only
need to
fucking
know.
statement is, "Hey, we have a sale on Monday."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
thank you. That I
Coupon.
don't even know.
Yeah.
Or
What I hate about
I
social
voted.
media.
Barbecues are on sale.
Yeah.
That's all.
What I hate
for
about
voting.
social media is the people that post shit like, "I've had the worst day of my life. Fuck my life." And don't ask me about this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
vague
Oh
booking.
right, yeah.
Vague booking.
You know that, and also, but also the other thing too.
Please give me attention.
Some
give me
people,
attention.
some people tell you the whole reason why fuck their life, and like they don't, like people put, I don't need to know all your business.
Dude,
Right.
right?
Like, you don't
you're
need to
oversharing.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to get on social media and be like, "Fuck you, you asshole! You had no right to do that to me." You're
I caught my wife in bed. It's
like, why are you
Really?
telling us
Just-
this? Like, that's some private shit we don't need. I'm
Joe-
reading.
just
Don't
Joe
get me wrong.
Blow is
I'm
now
fucking
single,
reading it.
and we'll get the fucking gist. You
Yeah.
know?
I also hate those assholes that like post tournaments and stuff.
But yeah, like I see
Yeah,
that
there are.
sometimes. Like so and so in town will like put their whole fucking like last 3 months of business
Right.
in like a fucking Facebook post this long, and I'm like, you really want people to know that is what's going on in your life right now? Like, that's some shit that like that's supposed to be between you and that person and maybe the other person over there. You don't need everybody in your Facebook list to know what that much fucking personal information. Like, have some decorum,
I got motherfuckers I never met, but I know their bathroom schedule.
right? It's fucking crazy. Like social media is just it's a great thing in one way, but it's also like really degenerating
It's
down
all
in another way.
all a double-edged sword.
It is.
As good as it is in one hand, it's a
It's
fucking,
fucking
shitty
shit
on the
show
other.
in the other hand. Like it's just, and it doesn't have to be that way. People just used a little bit of fucking
Just share less.
intelligence.
Share less.
Did you
Yeah.
see the?
Or just share nothing. Like nothing important. Just share bullshit. Like I said, like, hey, I got fucking Starbucks today. Good day. Like
Not-
get
I
the
had
fuck
Saw
out.
my buddy
You
at
know?
fucking Chick-fil-A.
Right, exactly. I saw 2 of my friends at Chick-fil-A. Woo!
I saw my friends
Or-
at Chick-fil-A today, but it gave me the shits.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Like, I didn't even
that's
know
too
about
much.
the shits. Alright? Like when Brian's like, hey man, big day, dropping off gypsum, yeah,
Yeah.
making that money. I'm like, good for you, Brian. He's not like, but along the way, fucking I had a fight with my wife about fucking laundry and like, I don't need to know all that part.
This lot lizard came on to me, and
fuck.
Right? And
Shit
I would give
happens.
me a Hummer in the back of my truck.
Stay,
Like,
that did not happen.
like-
That did not happen. Let's make that clear, America.
America.
it wasn't in the
America.
back of the truck.
yeah. But speaking of tournaments, you guys want to hear the top 10 finals of the
Yes.
hottest ride or die tournament?
Yes.
Number 10 was the.
What I think, interject real quick. I think Carr kind of like snuck in there because
I'm wondering if some people thought it was Knight
Kit.
Rider, yeah.
They
But
weren't
it's
paying
actually
attention.
The evil
The villain.
evil. Yeah.
But
That's
there was a
the only
couple
one
times
that I'm
people.
like, yeah, that would
There were a
really
couple
wrong.
times when people were like, who is Carr? And we
And we
said,
said it's the
is
bad
the
guy.
evil
It's Kit's
kid.
evil twin or
twin.
whatever.
which I mean, I always root for the bad guy anyway.
Yeah.
So I love.
Maybe it was
the
good
villain.
matchups. I don't know.
Yeah.
But number 10 was
Oh,
the.
pat yourself on the back there, Johnny boy.
What?
Good matchups.
Maybe it was a good matchup.
Maybe it was just good matchups, man. Maybe
For
whoever
him.
ran this tournament just gave Carr the right fucking matchups, man.
I honestly, I could care less about Carr, but the 1977 Camaro Bumblebee from the Transformers movie was number 10. Number 9 was the Mercury from Cobra.
That's a badass
Yeah.
car.
I don't even remember that. What,
It was just an old Mercury hot rod.
from Cobra. What,
The movie
Sylvester
Cobra,
Stallone
Sylvester Stallone movie.
yes, I never watched that one.
It looked like a
hot rod
like
type
a
thing?
ZZ Top type
Yeah,
car.
it, like the top might have been chopped by a couple inches
It
or
was
something.
definitely chopped a lot, like an old big, like gangster style hot rod.
Oh, like the one in Gone in 60 Seconds that shoots the flames out the exhaust?
kind of like that.
And they
Yeah.
steal it outside of the
Mhm.
casino?
Yep. Similar to that.
Okay.
Number 8 was the A-Team van.
thought that should have been high.
I
I thought so too. Number 7 was Carr from Knight Rider, which was
Yeah.
Kit's evil twin.
Kid
Voiced
didn't
by
make
Optimus
it.
Prime, wasn't it?
Kid didn't
Yeah,
make
Kid
it.
No,
didn't
he
make
didn't
it.
make it.
But I think Kit had a early matchup with General Lee or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
pat
a
yourself on the back for
that was a
Fuck.
that was a bat.
Number 6, Gran Torino
I
from
was
the
still
movie Gran
surprised
Torino.
that. I was
It
like,
was kind of
eh.
boring. I mean, it was a good car.
It was a
Yeah,
clean.
but
it was,
it's not
it was
like
clean.
iconic.
Yeah.
Movie car.
It is now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doug.
To like 5 people.
Number 5 was Baby from Supernatural, the Impala.
That was a popular show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4 was the Trans Am from Smokey and the
No,
Bandit.
that one I
See,
wasn't surprised. 'cause
That one is
That's
easily
that was
top
an
five.
easy
Bandit's
top
car.
five. That's
I
the
kind of
Bandit's
assumed it would be the General Lee and the Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit
That's
would
what
be the
I-
top 2 is
yeah.
what I
But
expected.
yeah,
car. I was
like,
that the 18
I-
van and Kit.
Yeah,
I'm
like
like,
I was
those should be
expecting.
the
I
top
was expecting 18 van to do well. I was
Ecto
expecting
1?
Kit to do well.
Yeah.
Expect Ecto 1 to do really well.
I did not.
It's not
Really?
bad.
Not Ecto
Oops.
1 fan. That alone
But,
was bad.
But yeah, but I mean, Bandit's Trans Am. I mean, that's
That's
iconic.
Yes.
You see Bruce Willis. I mean, Bruce.
Like
Willis.
you can't see a Trans Am
Yeah,
and
Bruce
not
Willis
think
not
of.
fucking it. You see Burt Reynolds just pulling
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
that
you
shit
can't
with
see a
the
Trans
fucking
Am and
mustache.
not think
And you think
of fucking
fucking Smoking the
Smoking
Bandit.
Bandit.
The second you see one, you're like Smoking the Bandit. Where's the snowman at?
Exactly.
You know what's funny about that car is that
Jackie
car was
Gleason.
like one of the slowest cars in history too. The real one, like the '77 Trans Am, that's like in the middle of all the fucking
Emission stuff
horsepower emissions
Robbing
shit.
shit.
That thing like had like 160 horsepower or something. It was so underpowered, it's not even funny. That thing probably wouldn't have even spun a tire in real life.
But they made it look badass
Oh,
in
yeah.
that movies though.
That's
Yeah.
why they fucking souped him up and shit.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, you know they
Yeah.
fucking took some regulators and shit off in that one. on that
Regulators.
different movie.
Yeah. Number 3
motherfucker. I don't
was
think there were any cars in that one.
nah
Top
Ellen-
horses.
Eleanor from the Gone in 60 Seconds remake.
That's
Sexy
an
fucking
iconic.
car.
I thought
Yeah.
that'd be in the top 10. I didn't think it'd be that
I
high.
didn't
Yeah.
think it'd be number 3. Yeah.
No.
That's the car that ruined car collecting. When that movie came out, car collecting went whoop. So $100,000 cars were $1 million cars because of that car.
Right.
That's literally, those Mustangs were super I mean, the Shelbys, they were super popular, super expensive at auctions, but they were going for like, 180, 200 grand.
But you attach
And
that
fucking-
Eleanor tag to them.
That movie came out, and then they were fucking hitting the $1 million mark.
GT500.
And then because they're selling for $1 million, well, fuck, now the '69 Chargers are worth that much too, and so on and so forth. And next thing you know,
It's
fucking
the Chris Moneymaker fucking World Series of Poker effect.
yeah. And now you can't buy a fucking muscle car for under $500,000 fucking dollars.
Like
I
that.
still love the car.
Like
though.
that
Yeah.
count that we're just
Oh,
watching
yeah.
out there. They roll up on that GT500 and just driving out, and they're like, "This is a fucking $500,000 car. What are you doing driving it?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is a numbers matching GT500. Like,
Yeah.
why?
We were
is
just talking
this
about that. We're
on the
like-
street?
Back then, nobody thought like, oh, in the future this car is gonna be fucking
Yeah.
worth
Right.
shit ton. They just rode that shit
Just
till
a,
it died.
this is a
Like,
And in
special
that-
edition fucking Mustang that I'm gonna fucking.
I bought that shit to drive it. Where back then, if you would have bought that shit, put it in a fucking storage shed, and pulled it out now, that's your retirement.
Yeah.
And in the money, that motherfucker was parked in a parking garage.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous. Like back then, nobody
And it was
thought anything
it was
about
like the
that.
5th one he had stolen too. If you remember the movie, that's why he called it Eleanor, and he was in love with it and stuff because it was his unicorn.
Yeah, like they had.
Because
like
every
the-
time he touched one,
he drove one off the pier, and
yeah.
he flipped one on Sunset, and
Yeah.
like all like he fucked up quite a few.
So he destroyed like $10 million worth of cars
Yeah.
before he got to that one.
Eleanor.
Number 2, the General Lee.
I expected General Lee to be
That
up there.
should have fucking won, man. Should have fucking won.
I don't know, because, it's a Charger, and people apparently like Chargers, because number 1 was Dom's Charger from Fast and Furious.
I don't see that being a number.
It's-
like
it's the
I don't
same
even
car,
see-
but it's
not
twice
it's
the
not-
car.
It's not the General Lee. I
painted
don't-
orange and it
I
is.
don't even know if that should have been.
There's
in the,
a whole
in
fucking.
the top. 10.
There's a whole fucking like festival. Not that has. I mean, of course the Dukes of Hazzard, is a spin-off, but like the whole festival revolves around the General Lee. It's all people with General Lees. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like this is a fucking like movement.
Did you see they
Like
built?
there's maybe like 2 guys in the world that liked Dom's Charger and be like, I'm gonna build one just like that. There's a fucking 200 people that have fucking General Lees.
You
Notice the Back to the Future DeLorean isn't on this
No,
top
I'm
10
about
either.
to say there's
I'm
some ones
surprised
on
you- yeah.
the DeLorean from Back to the Future should have been in the top 10.
Do you see there's
Absolutely.
guys buying body kits? Because you can buy every piece of a '69 Charger. You can build one as a kit now because it's so mass produced. They're taking Crown Vics, old cop cars, got the body off of them, put a Charger body on them. You have a modern Charger that doesn't cost $500,000.
You're shitting me.
Oh,
Crown
yeah.
Victoria?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. Is it most
I know my next project.
the reason what made me think of that is you're talking about these festivals.
It's like,
Here
that's not gonna
in
cost
the
me
last
much
year
at
or
all.
so, they had they called it like Cooter's Last Stand or something like that. It was a big old Dukes of Hazzard festival,
I don't
and
like
they
my
had
cooters to stand.
they had a General Lee jump, and so they wouldn't destroy another Charger. They built a Crown Vic and put Charger body panels on it, and you walk up to it, it was very obvious, but from a distance, watching it jump off the ramp, looked like a Charger going off.
Was that the one that jumped over the cop car and wrecked horribly?
No, this one was in a parking lot in like a
Okay.
football stadium or something.
But it wouldn't pass as a Charger?
Not if you're standing next to it, but they did a fairly sloppy job of it
Oh, they just
because they
kinda
were
did it.
building it to destroy it for this jump.
But yeah, you get a Crown Vic with fucking, the Interceptor package on it. That
$2
fucker would
grand.
scoot. You
So
know?
that's what I love about these tournaments is it's not every other top 10 list on the internet.
We're fucking at the mercy of people's opinions we don't agree with.
Yep.
There was just a couple that I was like, how's the DeLorean not in there? You know, there were some more that I thought were more iconic because they're iconic because of the movie. Like the General Lee is the General Lee because of Dukes of Hazzard. Like, whereas like Dom's Charger, I'm like, it's all right.
I think we got beat out by some millennials on that one. Like, I honestly think that the Dom's Charger versus General Lee, that is a result. The result we got is because there was a good chunk of people who never seen
Don't know Dukes of Hazzard.
Right.
like Dukes
Like,
of Hazzard.
their
means
Dukes of
something
Hazzard,
to us.
their Dukes
At
of
a,
Hazzard
at a
was
cellular level, it is within us.
their Dukes of
ingrained.
Hazard was Johnny
we've had the
Knoxville on
fucking
TBS late night.
we've had the lunchbox. You know what I mean?
Johnny
with the matching
Knoxville.
But yeah,
derbies.
Right.
You know
like
what
that
I
was
mean?
their
I love that stupid movie.
their Dukes of Hazzard experience was Johnny Knoxville late night on TBS.
Johnny Knoxville
is
and
what
Stifler.
that was their Dukes of Hazzard.
Poor
Yeah, Johnny
motherfucker
Knoxville and
doesn't even have a
Stifler
real
was their
name
Dukes of
anymore.
Hazzard.
Yeah,
That was
and that was I mean,
it was an okay movie. Like I enjoyed the movie, but it wasn't what.
no,
Willie
Touch
Nelson
does
was
all.
funny as fuck in it.
yeah. I was actually upset that they didn't have as many of the original people in it as I mean, why wouldn't you?
Have more throwbacks.
Like
to-
every
yeah, have,
every living
cameos,
member
more
from
cameos.
fucking.
Be in
Throw
the
'em in
cafe
there.
or something.
I mean, maybe not as that
Yeah.
character.
No, yeah,
but
definitely
That
not
would
as
be
that
horrible.
character, but just
fucking
fucking
have
show up.
At least
They
should have
probably
Daisy
could-
as Daisy.
They probably couldn't
What was
afford
it?
it.
What was it
Yeah.
like? Well, how fucking much are any of these people making now?
That's
Like,
true.
Please.
They fucking
Like,
paid ahead enough money.
remember
to
when
fucking,
when
I
they
would have
did
rather
the-
them did that and have a generic Bo and Luke than have Stifler and
They
fucking
didn't
Johnny
have.
Knoxville.
Those people would have cost zero to get in there. I mean, look at when they did the Brady Bunch movie all those years ago. Every motherfucker that was still alive from the Brady Bunch had a part in that movie, not as their characters, but they were like the fucking store clerk or playing
Yes,
so and
exactly.
so.
Right.
Throw them in there, man.
They were all the actors were in there as their just as a cameo, not playing their character obviously, but they were there as a throwback to hey.
And they had, to have
Fucking Brady
a
Bunch.
generic fucking Roscoe P. Coltrane as an unfunny sheriff.
Yeah, that sucked.
I'm like,
That was the worst part about that movie by
I'm
far,
like,
I
you're
think.
supposed to be goofy.
And a skinny fucking boss hog.
Yeah, you're
Right.
supposed to be fat, and you're supposed to be
Didn't
funny.
think wasn't it Burt Reynolds?
Yep.
Fail.
Yeah, they went with the Bandit for Boss
Yeah, I'm
Hog.
like, no, that's a miss. That's a miss.
Yeah, that was the
I mean,
worst part of that movie. I
There,
think.
there's 20 fucking, fat guys that could have fucking been a better Boss Hog. I mean, and I'm a fucking fan of
Bruce Willis?
Bruce.
he took the bait.
He went for it too.
So yeah, we just started a new tournament. Theme songs. If you want to join our Facebook group, make your voice heard. Maybe make these guys feel
You're
better.
really gonna have to put links like what
He's done. He has the links in there.
on every one of the things.
Yeah.
So far, he has.
And pictures.
Comments?
He's had in the comments. They're in the comments. It's not on the voting part. Go in the
Yeah,
comments.
you
He has
can't
a
click
link.
on a YouTube video in the
Can't-
poll
yeah,
option.
He has YouTube links for each of the.
I must
theme
have missed
songs.
that. Okay.
Yeah, so just click on the comments and you can listen.
So
to
there
the
you
theme
go,
songs.
America.
So yeah, and I'm doing it the same way that I did with one of the previous tournaments where I do that. Like when you did the song one a while back, same thing. I listen to each option.
Don't try to romanticize. Just
I listen to it. I play each option. The one that like I get, I'm like, oh yeah, that was the one. That's what I vote for. Like I'm back to that, not just like going off memory. Oh yeah, that was a good theme. No, I'm listening to it. It makes a difference when you hear it.
How many are in this bracket? How many? Is it 64?
Like how many total is the start off?
I believe it's
128?
I think it's 128 with 64 matchups.
Jesus fucking Christ, really? Wow. It's going to be a long tournament.
No,
Same
it's
as all
just
of
64 matchups.
Because
So it's about a
Have
month.
the last one's been fucking 128 options?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you got to think about it though. You cut that in half. So
64 matchups.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
2 a day.
2 matches a day. So you cut that down. That's only 32 days.
For the first bracket. Yeah, it takes about
so
2
a
months
month for the first round. So a month for the first round, and then the next round's go.
Got a couple tournaments
exponentially
coming up though
faster.
that are like 200 plus options, but I've got to where you're going to have 4 options per matchup,
some-
and one
okay.
continues.
In the first round.
Best 1 out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of fucking matchups, man, how's that BattleBots working out? I got to see that one that you were talking about with the shark. That was an upset because I was expecting it to be better. That shark sucked.
I haven't watched that one yet, but
It was horrible. The
last
shark
one I
sucked
watched,
the
I
most.
think, was when the
He was
fucking
just too long in
cheeseburger
that
got
fight.
destroyed.
He couldn't get around.
He was the guy that he was fighting isn't even that great of a bot.
It's just he was so.
But he's
bad.
like so poorly matched that like that other bot like perfectly fucking was built to fucking battle that kind of bot. He's like even the old hippie guy that was the old guy controlling it, he's like, yeah, this is about like the worst matchup we could possibly have right now.
It was.
And a lot of it sometimes does come down to matchups, like. Because, like, who was it that I saw win in one of the other episodes I just recently? Oh, I like that fucking Duck won. And I was like,
He's won
the
two.
only reason he fucking
was,
won that shit, he didn't do anything. The other bot just beat the shit out of himself on fucking the front of Duck. Like, Duck's little mini flipper with the fucking duck bill on it doesn't do shit.
Like they have that on there just so they can slide under the radar.
As having a weapon.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Duck.
Yeah, but I think last one I watched was when that cheeseburger.
Yeah,
got
duck and
fucked
chomp.
up.
Just go away, please.
Yes, Duck and Chop.
Redesign your bot and come back.
Chomp
Or
is-
not. That's fine too.
There's a few of them that are just like, no. But then there's some fucking powerhouses in there.
More and more impressed with Huge.
Right.
Huge is a problem. That fucking bot is a problem.
Like he's got him a fucking stout ass weapon and his
Fluid.
flexibility.
He's got
fucking
liquid
makes it-
wheels.
Because like last
It's a
time, he went against a flipper last time, right? And the flip, or a couple of times ago, he was against a flipper at one
He was,
point. But you couldn't flip him. And then what was it?
The last one he was against had
Kept trying to
he was
burn him.
against a
Yeah,
saw.
kept trying to burn
He was
him.
had
against a
flames, and
saw.
I'm like, yeah, that might
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
but still
it was
beat
the saw with the flames, and the saw
Yes.
he hit the saw blade and broke it, so it
Yeah.
was just the flames.
Right.
Exactly.
And they just kept trying to like melt him, and it wasn't fucking working. Like
Yeah.
Some kind of space age polymer.
I don't know, whatever the fuck his wheels are made out of.
That,
Damn,
unobtainium,
Nanotubes.
he's a fucking
They
problem.
need to build car bodies out of it.
right? He's a good one.
Who was it a little while ago that brought in? Oh yeah, like you were saying, Chomp, isn't it? That's
The
fucking-
big toaster
the big-
lunchbox looking
with
thing.
the auto self-writing like that.
Just hits the hammer
like-
again and it pops back up somehow.
all the props to you, girl, or whatever. But goddamn, your fucking bot is horrible.
It spends half the fight on his side.
Horrible,
Yeah.
right?
And whoever it just last fought ripped that fucking hammer, had
Oh,
that
man,
shit made,
yeah.
and then ripped the
Yes.
fuck off. That was the huge fight. That's who huge fought.
That is.
Because
that is.
all she had left was the flamethrower.
That
She just
is.
kept trying to
Right.
flamethrow.
Yes,
She's
yes,
like, fire,
yes.
use the flames, use the flames. That shit.
And they're like trying hard to like play her up, like, oh, he's doing damage. He's gonna
Oh,
like,
but sometimes
that
the
thing's a
fucking
piece of
announcers. I'm like, dude, stop trying to hype up this shitty fucking bot.
It's gonna bite down with 10 tons per square inch
You know,
of force. And
fucking-
it's gonna penetrate straight through the battery, and oh no, it just kind of held it for a second.
I was-
One time you actually
Petunia
did.
finally did
Petunia
it.
Yeah.
finally
Last
did.
fight.
Fucking
Broke
got
that
through
bitch,
it, yes.
and then the fucking flames started
Instantly
coming out
started,
the hole,
yes.
and the smoke, and I was like, finally, Petunia lived up to the fucking hype
I'm like-
we've had since episode 1. Took 3
I actually
fights.
thought of you because you say that every
Because
time.
every
I'm like,
time you're like,
finally,
because every
fucking
time
did
they
It
do
did happen
when they're
once.
doing the introductions, they're like, this bot has 5 million pounds of
Yeah.
force, blah blah, and it
Crushing
never
force,
does
yeah.
shit.
Like, yeah.
Finally, fucking Petunia caught a bot and
Imagine
bit
the weight of
into
17
that bitch.
limos coming down on your bot.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was garbage until this last fight actually caught one and bit into that motherfucker and busted
It
a
actually
fuel
perfect
line,
shot, and
nailed it right in the perfect spot. Flames were shooting up out that fucking
Yes.
hole. The whole bot caught on fire. I'm like, Petunia finally did.
and most saw blade bots are all show. They get hold
Oh,
of
sparks.
are
Yeah.
flying. They walk away and just a little bit of paint's missing.
Yeah.
It's like,
If
okay,
that.
yeah.
But the one though, the one that the Chinese guy has with the saw,
The
that
green
he
one?
actually seems to do some
I
damage.
see. Yeah, he cut into a couple
Yeah.
when he got through there. They're outside. You can see a little smoke and shit going on.
Who was it that I was actually pleasantly surprised? Because I can't remember who, but it was down to like the last few seconds, and he fucking like started smoking as the countdown. It was in the last
he
10
ended up
seconds.
losing in the fucking
And-
split decision.
Yeah, because
I didn't agree with that because he whooped ass.
He
the
did, he
entire
did. But
fucking
I was
match.
actually happy with that one because I'm like, oh, he got him. And then they count down. I'm like, oh, he's gonna get saved by
Oh,
the
yeah,
fucking bell here.
Didn't he keep he couldn't turn? It was like an old school RC car.
He fucking just started shooting up smoke and shit.
Like right in the last
Like the last 5
seconds of the match.
And I'm
he
like,
started
oh, he
smoking.
finally kicked his ass, and fucking now he's gonna get saved by the fucking bell. But then they actually went to a vote. It went to the decision.
See,
and
but
they
I didn't
fucking-
agree with that because
they-
the whole entire match, right in the beginning, he disabled the other dude's weapon. So
Right.
the other dude didn't even have a weapon, and all he did was end up breaking his shit because he kept beating the shit out of the other guy. And
Yeah.
I
then
can't
like,
remember
and
who
that's
that
what
was.
that's what overstrained him. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, obviously he did all the work that match. He's the only one who had a working weapon for 90% of the match. He's gonna win it. And they're like, oh well, he was smoking at the end, so we're voting for the other guy. I was like, bullshit.
Yeah.
The other guy didn't do anything. The other guy didn't even have it. Like,
I used my
the
face to
fucking
break
announcers
your
are always
fist.
like, well, the voting goes based off of your use of your primary weapon. I'm like, well, motherfucker didn't
Yeah.
even have a primary weapon.
Nope, first
For
shot
that
that
whole
chain
match.
fell off.
Yeah. You saw the chain go flip it.
Yes.
I'm like, he didn't even have a primary weapon for most of that. So like, I was like, bullshit that he should win that. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
I'm
But yeah.
surprised that we haven't seen like last year in season 2 they had that kind of humanoid robot. It was.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
It had,
surprised.
like-
Oh, they had one that
it had,
was
like, flat
triangle.
hands.
like a
Shit.
person had these sensors on him, and then the thing was
Oh,
like a human,
oh, yeah.
and it had a sword.
But it was
that
so
was supposed to
delayed.
use. Yeah, it was slow, and I'm actually kind of bummed out that they haven't brought an updated, quicker, better version of that. Like I was looking
fucking-
forward to that.
Like Chappie or whatever that movie was.
Well,
with
like a-
fucking
yeah.
Hugh Jackman. Where he-
Yeah,
Steel.
kind of.
Real
Oh,
Steel.
Real Steel, where
Real
he's
Steel.
boxing with the fucking robot.
I was looking forward to an updated. Okay, go do your homework. That was version 1. Let's see version 2. Let's make it a little faster, a little better, whatever. But hasn't shown up yet. I was kind of
Let's
bummed
see
out.
Human Bot 2.0.
A pickaxe
Instead
would have
we
been a
get
better
fucking-
weapon than a sword, though.
Instead, we get fucking hamburgers. Fucking.
Sharks.
I haven't seen the shark one yet. That's one that's still on my DVR.
It was.
You know what bot I was looking forward to? I kind of
Wally.
Yeah.
had kind of high hopes for
Wally.
was the Red Devil, the one with the tracks.
Oh, yeah.
But hasn't really produced.
He's
and
1 and 2 now.
and those metal nubs on the tracks were a bad decision in that box.
Yeah.
No
On a
traction.
metal
No,
floor.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Should have been rubber or something.
Yeah. Yeah. he
The
gets
tracks in
zero
general is a
traction.
big fucking. I mean, because he's got nothing guarding it. Like that's a big fucking,
Target.
disabled fucking
Yeah.
target right there.
That's a big failure point.
Yeah,
Like, huge failure point where like one hit and there goes your.
Yeah, I mean, you're like just.
Because so many of the other guys with wheels, I mean, you'll see 1 or 2 wheels get knocked off and they're still going. But
Yeah,
you
they've
take a
got
track
4.
out, you're
Yeah.
tracked.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing.
Yeah.
You have no grip
And
whatsoever.
anybody at this point that doesn't have a fucking a robot that can
Self-right.
function when it's upside down,
Yeah.
maybe not designed to fucking work 100%, but that
do
can at
something.
least move or something when it's upside down. Like you need to fucking go home.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's two, you know, I mean.
Oh shit,
like,
we got flipped. We're done.
Like Bronco's whole premise was, you know, fucking like, you know, I just flip people up in the air and fucking throw 'em, you know, that's his thing, you know.
Throw them into the corner.
Yeah. And if you don't have a fucking way to, if you get fucking, like, who is the one? He's actually, you know, a bot that can work, that can function upside down, but he got hit and landed, like, on its
Oh
butt.
yeah, I saw that.
And then
Like,
fucking, I'm
balance.
like, holy shit, they're gonna disable him! And then just like at the last second, he fucking comes falling back down. I'm like, Jesus, that would have
I
been.
think that might have been
fucking
Hypershock.
epic.
Yeah, that would have been crazy if
Uh,
you got stuck there.
Which one is that?
The one that looks like an RC car and the guys wear the jumpsuits.
No.
I don't think
This
it
was a
this one had
two-wheel
like
bot.
yeah, and it had like a flat part. The
Yeah,
back part.
almost. Yeah. Oh God, I can't think. I don't know.
But
I got a horrible memory. But Bruce Willis and Blanche.
but yeah, fucking Bronco though has put some fucking bots up.
Bronco,
He has put some bots. In
I like how they're like
Right.
measuring it, like, you know, fucking.
Because there was that first match when he flung that one way the fuck up in the
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
And he
God
always gets
damn.
them in the same corner too. That's what's
Yeah.
funny.
I was like, that motherfucker flew.
He's on kill. He is undefeated.
Yeah, he's flipping the shit out of them though. When he catches somebody, they are flying.
Because they say every year they come back and they say they've upgraded, and I'm like, Jesus, man, what the fuck is this thing capable of? And now this year, like, we've seen it in the past where he's flipped people, but not like this.
No,
Yeah.
not like this.
Now he's
Yeah.
like flexing the muscle, like
Yeah,
he's
he's
fucking
flinging
throwing
them.
shit fucking 15 feet in the fucking air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And these are 250-pound machines.
yeah.
These are
That's-
not fucking like.
That's a lot of fucking shit to come down from that high, that
Just open
hard.
for-
Yes,
Facebook to that?
it looks. I mean, on TV, you're like, you know, like our little fucking BattleBots things. You know, you kind of, you don't, you can't gauge how heavy those and big those
Right.
things are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, you're just like, holy shit. But then when you take into consideration that that's 250 fucking pounds being thrown 15 feet in the fucking air and coming back down.
Tell you, I don't fucking weigh that much. You throw me 15 feet in the air
Dude,
and I come back down. I'm hurting.
Yeah, I'm not getting back up. I'm not getting back up.
I'm hurting. After I
My
come
batteries
back
are
down.
definitely popping
Right?
out of my chassis.
Like, I'm not getting back up after that. And he's flinging them, like you said, like out of the arenas and shit. It's
Yes.
insane.
Well, I mean, that floor has got to be a serious fucking floor. Like, seriously fucking thick and heavy duty.
We've seen the inside of it every time Tombstone comes out.
There's been a couple bots that have put some good chunks into that floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like Tombstone, he was the first one that really did it, but there's been a couple since that now have gotten some fucking floor damage going.
I wonder, I mean, I haven't really seen anybody that can be like, yeah, they're gonna fucking, that's the answer to Tombstone yet.
Right.
Unless fucking Bronco can
Flip them out of the
Can become-
arena.
perfecting their driving skills and can fucking side attack Tombstone enough and basically flip him into where his weapon destroys himself.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you get that thing fucking flying and then landing, you know, against the fucking floor or anything, like, you know, he's doing more damage to himself than anything else. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, the floor. The floor would take a
Well, I mean,
big brunt of that.
But like, you know, like
Yeah.
a Bronco that can flip him up in a way and not hit, you know,
Right.
the other bot. You know, like I don't see anybody else beating him though.
It's definitely going to be interesting if it ever comes back.
John's mad because Shark Week is slowing it down.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I've been gone. There's a new battle bots. I'm like, it's not there. Sorry, what the fuck?
Alrighty then.
That and
So-
when my motocross isn't there, they take a week off. The Supercross only has one break in the whole Supercross season. Motocross has like 3 breaks. So like those Sundays when I sit down or come home and try
I
to
bet
catch
you the riders wish that they only had 3 breaks.
No shit. We actually recorded 2 weeks in a row. Or not 2 weeks in a row, but two
2 times?
We actually
two
recorded
scheduled
on,
times in a row.
on time. We've actually recorded
we're
twice.
on
in
a
row.
roll.
This is
On a
creepy.
roll.
Yeah, we'll
If
hope
we make
Brad's
it
for
another
next
one,
time.
I can fucking
It's-
voodoo or
Did
something.
you say
involved.
streaky
Yeah.
or creepy?
Creepy or freaky. I can't remember what I said.
Stinky.
It is streaky.
It's poopy. All right. Right on. Thank you guys.
Enjoy
Come back
your,
for our
enjoy
streaky
your
poopy
mesquite,
freakiness.
See you
Crown
next
roll.
time.
I don't think I will.